don't do. I think Dallas did that as well in the first game. So, yes, the Dallas Stars' zone entry on the power play have to be better. But, Jack mentioned it, and I've been talking about this now, Reed, with you a long time. When the Oilers won 16 straight this season, I said the biggest reason they won 16 straight was their penalty kill, more important than their power play. And that's what we've seen in this playoff as well. Their power play is always going to be effective, but when you're not giving anything up and you're taking away all momentum from the best players on the other team, you are sending a message. And the Oilers' penalty killing has been excellent and a huge reason, the reason they won Game 1.
Okay, Rob, we'll talk to you throughout the evening, buddy.
Sound good?
I've been live in Fort Hall for the watch party here. People going into the building. Going to be a great night. Game 2, Oilers and Stars. Jack and Bob will have the call, presented by the Butcher Shop at Friesen Brothers. Thanks to Sean Alford, our engineer here in Fort Hall, and to Kellen Kennedy, our studio producer, back at the 630 Ched Broadcasting Compound. On behalf of Rob Brown, I'm Reed Wilkins. Thanks for listening to the City Ford Face-Off Show. Enjoy the game.
If you're looking for a truck, make note of the horsepower, study the towing capacity, the technology, but above all, pay attention to how it makes you feel. At Ram, trucks are what we do, designed with you in mind. They're more than just workhorses. They're luxury vehicles, high-performance machines, comfortable cruisers. We don't build one-dimensional trucks because nothing about you is one-dimensional. Visit your Ram dealer today.
Are you ready to step into your new dream home? Well, get ready to be amazed because Jandel Homes has just unveiled their brand new show homes. Picture this: brand new decor, vibrant color palettes, and completely new layouts. That's right. For the first time since COVID, our show homes have undergone a complete revamp. From modern farmhouse to contemporary chic, there's something for everyone. And this year is extra special because we're celebrating our 50th year in business. Come celebrate with us and experience the joy of building your dream home. Don't miss out. Visit Jandel Homes today and let the journey to your dream home begin.
You need a partner who can support you from the planning stages to job completion. That partner is Contract Equipment Limited. With an extensive fleet of over 600 units, Contract is the leading provider of heavy equipment rentals and used heavy equipment sales in Western Canada. Whether you need to rent to own, or buy heavy equipment in Western Canada, call Darcy anytime. 780-935-6766.
CONTRAC. Contract.
Friesen Brothers Fresh Market Glenora is now open. We're excited for you to come see our new store, which features the finest Alberta meat, including dry-aged Alberta beef cut by master butchers. Treat yourself to our famous sourdough baked fresh by our sourdough bakers. And don't miss out on our restaurant with meals that are sure to please the whole family. There's all this and more to explore and discover. Visit us today at Friesen Brothers Fresh Market Glenora. Find out more at friesen.com.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
Hey parents, do you work in downtown Edmonton? Childcare is hard to find, but at Kepler Academy, inside Sun Life Place, we still have some space for children 12 months to 6 years old. Located at 101-23 Hull Street, Kepler Academy Sun Life Place is an award-winning early learning and childcare provider, voted Edmonton's top choice for 4 years in a row. Visit KeplerAcademy.ca. Mention this ad and your registration fees will be waived.
This is Oil Country.
Here comes McDavid. Scott! This town explodes!
And This is Rogers Game Night. Portions of this exclusive NHL broadcast are brought to you by Ford, official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Built Ford proud. Molson, whether it's Canadian, Ultra, Export, or Excel, there's a Molson with your name on it. And Rogers, Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network. Now your host for Rogers Game Night, Bob Stauffer, on the Oilers Radio Network.
Tonight in Big D, in Game 1 of the Western Conference Final, it's the Edmonton Oilers, it's the Dallas Stars. Hyman in front had a swing at it, couldn't get it on that quick shot. Rebound, score! Leon Draisaitl for Brett Kulak, and Edmonton has the first goal of the Western Conference Final.
It's a celebration. Celebrate good times.
Oh, a turnover by Kulak, waiting, backhander, in front, jabbing, scoring, Sagan. Wrister in front, deflected right to Sagan, and he ties the game and scores his second of the night. It's the equalizer with 3:23 to play in this third period. Marchment out to Suter, 2-second shot, save Skinner, and we will head to overtime in Game 1 of this Western Conference Final. Out to the point, Tanev, 3-second shot, tipped in front, Rishad Johnston at the horn, and we will play a second overtime.
You don't get to the Final Four without being a great team, so all four teams are solid. Dallas is a great team, and it's going to be tight hockey, and we're comfortable in these games. We're comfortable in this environment, and I thought we did a great job. Truthfully, all game. Generated chances, defended well. I thought we did a lot of things.
Connor McDavid, who was robbed by Ottinger in the first OT. Up the board, Bouchard in front, deflected home, and Edmonton wins the game. 3-2. It's Connor McDavid in double overtime.
Always nice to score an overtime goal. A big goal. Great play by Bouch, as per usual.
What the great thing about playoffs is that coming to Game 2, no matter what happened tonight, you have to have a short memory. You have to turn the page and learn and grow and adapt, and can be hard fought. And so we're going to come back for Game 2, and we'll address that.
Edmonton Oilers looking to build upon a 3-2 double overtime victory. A brilliant setup by Evan Bouchard, finished off by Connor McDavid, who had quite the night. Double minor early in the first overtime period, then robbed by Jake Ottinger with a brilliant opportunity midway through the first overtime period before Bouchard found him. Edmonton and Dallas, Game 2 tonight. The Oilers up 1-0 in this Western Conference Final. We will tell you that Rope Hintz took the morning skate today, but was not on the ice for the pregame warm-up. He remains out for the Dallas Stars. Adam Henrique took the skate for the Oilers, did not participate in any line rushes. Radek Faksa also out for Dallas. Coming up on Rogers Game Night, we will hear from Edmonton Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch, along with Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Stuart Skinner. There is a total of 23 minutes to face off, and this is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store, when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Ready to score big on your outdoor space? It's game time with Park Landscaping. Transform your backyard into a winning arena with Park Landscaping's expert team. From design to maintenance of lush lawns and state-of-the-art synthetic turf to inviting pools and captivating water features, Park Landscaping will make your outdoor space the MVP. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the game with Park Landscaping. Call 780-486-2744 today or email info@parklandscaping.ca.
This is the Game File on the Oilers Radio Network.
I think it's really important that we don't take a step back at all. We know Dallas is going to continue to get stronger throughout the series. We've seen it so far in the playoffs, with them falling behind and winning their series. And for us, we can't get distracted or feel comfortable at all, because when you're playing against a good team, as well as we played last night, it was just good enough to win that game. And for us to take a step back, that won't be good enough. We have to make sure we are playing our best.
That is Edmonton Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch. This is Rogers Game Night, courtesy of Rogers, Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network. Jack Michaels has the call of all Edmonton Oilers playoff action. I'm Bob Stauffer, Cam Moon, Rob Brown, Reid Wilkins, Brendan Escott, all part of the Oilers radio network and the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments and no interest for a year. Our studio producers this season, Kellen Kennedy at the helm tonight, and Angie Quinnell. Bill Geiger, our longtime engineer here in Dallas, Texas. One of the big storylines the other night for the Edmonton Oilers, penalty killing. The Oilers went 5 for 5. They've now killed off 19 straight in the playoffs. They're at 92.5% in the playoffs. Here's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on having a consistent PK.
I think that like anything, like a line, like a power play unit, I think you can build chemistry with guys on the PK. I even think for the D-men, I think they'd probably answer the same. Having the same pairings helps them. It's just little things. I think you'd be fine throwing different combinations together, but I do think it helps a little bit just with understanding who's going up ice, the different routes that certain guys run in zone too, and the pressure that they put on and where their stick is going to be. It's something that, especially if you play 50-plus games together, you're going to start to learn a lot about the way that they penalty kill. So I think it's like any other part of the game that you can start to build chemistry.
All right, let's go to the injury report. It's brought to you by MIC, a proud partner, official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. For Edmonton, Adam Henrique is at 98%, according to Chris Knobloch. We do not expect him to play tonight. He took the warm-up, but was not in any of the line rushes. 2 players not playing for the Dallas Stars. Rope Hintz, who's a terrific, first/second-line center, first-line center for this team. He remains out with an upper body injury. And also out Radek Faksa, who did get a big hit on Leon Draisaitl in game number 1. To the line of the game presented by PlayAlberta.ca, an official gaming partner of your Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid up front with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. Leon Draisaitl with Evander Kane and Dylan Holloway. Ryan McLeod with Warren Fogle and Derek Ryan. Ryan McLeod had 5 hits in game number 1 of this series. Sam Carrick at 52% in the face-off circle in the playoffs, along with Matthias Janmark and Connor Brown. So with McDavid on the first line, Holloway on the second line, Fogle and McLeod on the third line, and Janmark and Brown on the fourth line, the Oilers have speed throughout their lineup. It'll be Ekholm and Bouchard. Evan Bouchard's having a wonderful playoff. He leads all players at plus 13. Darnell Nurse and Vincent Desharnais, Brett Kulak, and Cody Ceci. Stuart Skinner is 8-3 in the playoffs at 2.70 goals against average and an .888 save percentage. He'll oppose Jake Ottinger, who's 8-6 at 2.10 goals against average and a .919 save percentage. And Skinner had these thoughts in facing one of the best goalies in the world, Jake Ottinger.
Just looking at our last game, it was a lot of fun, battling against him. He was making some amazing saves, especially at key times. I was battling for my saves, so it's a very competitive matchup between us two. But again, it's a team game. It's not just going to be Otter or myself to win the series. It's going to be all the guys being able to get those block shots, those small details, all those little things. So personal challenge, of course, but I think that's a personal challenge always. I always want to be at my best no matter who I'm playing. Otter's one of the best goalies in the league, and it's pretty cool that I got to play against him.
There you go. We are approximately 15 minutes to face off. This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
As the excitement heats up on the ice, why not heat things up at home too with Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. There's no better pairing for hockey than hot, delicious pizza delivered right to your door. So whether you're cheering from the arena or your living room, make sure you've got Pizza 73 on your team. Order now and fuel your playoff passion with the perfect pie. Remember, on game nights, don't just watch, deliver with Pizza 73.
Going back to school can be as scary as taking the winning shot, but it doesn't have to be. Score a great future with Northern Lakes College and supported distance learning. NLC knows that students need attention, support, and the synergy between instructors and peers to keep motivated and connected. They are here to help you meet all your goals and cheer you on. Because at Northern Lakes College, they count their success one student at a time. northernlakescollege.ca.
You're listening to Rogers Game Night on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 630 CHAN, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
Those are the things that you try to, learn from in the past maybe and do better. And like I said, we know they're going to be desperate, but, for us, it's exciting to have the chance to go up 2-0 this year and bring that back home to Edmonton. That being said, we know that's not going to be easy. They're going to bring their best tonight, and we're going to look to do the same.
That's the Oilers' Leon Draisaitl. Welcome back, everybody. The Oilers Kids in Oil Country playoff 50-50 is live for the Western Conference Final. The jackpot is currently sitting at $1.28 million and climbing fast. Buy your tickets now to be eligible for tonight's early bird prize at 7:30 p.m. for an Oilers home opener package and 8 p.m. for $15,000 cash. Tonight's Oilers 50-50 is in support of Make-A-Wish Canada, the YMCA of Northern Alberta, and the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation's initiative, Every Kid Deserves a Shot, supporting kids across oil country. Legacy Heating and Cooling, who's hot, who's not? Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments and no interest for a year. Well, nobody's hotter in the playoffs than Leon Draisaitl. He's on a 13-game heater to start. He's picked up points in every single one of Edmonton's games, and he leads all playoff scorers with 25 points. The Oilers with the top 4 scoring players in the playoffs right now. The out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Barclay Goodrow scored the GWG and OT last night for the New York Rangers. They tied their series 1-1 against Florida. Game 3 tomorrow afternoon in Sunrise. Western Hockey League's Moose Jaw Warriors lost yesterday 5-3 to host Saginaw in the opening game of the Memorial Cup. There is a total of 13 minutes to face off, and this is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hockey fans, with a spotless reputation, Scandinavian Building Services is responsible for keeping over 70 million square feet of space clean and safe every day. With over 65 years in the industry, no cleaning challenge is too big or too small. From national retailers and commercial spaces to small offices and entertainment centers like Rogers Place, let Scandinavian take the worry off your cleaning program. Visit Scandinavian.ca to learn more. Scandinavian Building Services. Our reputation is spotless.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Oilers hockey is brought to you by The Butcher Shop. This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Welcome back, everybody. Bob Stauffer, Jack Michaels, live, American Airlines Center, Dallas, Texas, Edmonton, with a thrilling 3-2 double overtime victory. Connor McDavid with the GWG. Game 1, Game 2 tonight. Let's bring aboard our Inside the Game analyst back at the 630 CHED studios in Edmonton, Rob Brown. Hello, Rob. How are you?
I'm fantastic, Bob. How are you doing?
Good. No Rope hints again tonight. And we're expecting Dallas's best game, but the Oilers got to capitalize given the fact that they don't have one of their the Stars, one of their best players playing.
Well, we saw the importance of a star player in the Vancouver series without Brock Besser in Game 7, and they ended up 1 goal short. Besser's a goal scorer. Hintz is a goal scorer. The Oilers certainly got to take advantage of that. I mean, and you would think as the series goes on, the Dallas Stars are going to get better because they're going to get a very good player back into the lineup. So, yes, take advantage of it. I thought the Oilers played played fantastic last game. I thought Dallas was good too. It's going to need another one of those efforts tonight. But there is that caveat of being able to extend the series league to 2-0. And you're going to force a good Dallas team to have to beat you 4 to 5 games. So yes, this game is much more important to the Dallas Stars, but the Edmonton Oilers with a win tonight can set themselves up to be halfway to the Stanley Cup Finals.
You know what's interesting, Rob, is that the Stars are 3-5 at home so far in the playoffs. However, they're 5-1 on the road. Are there some teams that just play a better road game? What do you think?
Well, that's partly it, but I think it also shows you, everyone talks about the importance of getting home ice advantage in the playoffs. There's no home ice anymore. All these teams are so good on home ice. They're so good on the road. I know at one point the league was almost 500 for wins at home and wins on the road. Dallas is a good hockey club. I'm sure that part of it is they have not played as well in game ones, which have been on home ice. Some unlucky breaks. They're a goal post away from winning game one. But this is a Dallas team that they're good. They can win anywhere, and that's why you want to take advantage of them here tonight without Rupi Hintz in the lineup. So the more stress the Oilers put on the Oilers as this night goes on, the more stressful the players on the Dallas Stars will be looking up at the scoreboard if they're trailing in this hockey game. So Leon Draisaitl talked about it best. He says he expects Dallas's best effort, but there's an excitement in the Oilers dressing room with the ability or the opportunity to go up 2-0.
Rob, I think back to the series against San Jose when Pete DeBoer was coaching the Sharks and Todd McClellan was with Edmonton at that time, and the Oilers won game 2 and then won 1-0 on the Zach Kassian goal in game 3 to go up 2-1 in the series, and then got pounded 7-0 by Joe Pavelski and the San Jose Sharks, and that was quite an emotional night and a little bit deflating in Oil Country. And let's not forget the Oilers rallied from 3-1 down in game 5 to win in overtime on a set up by Leon Draisaitl to David Desharnais. And I don't expect Edmonton. We know Dallas is going to get their best game. I just think Edmonton's better equipped not to get blown out in the playoffs in a game. Well, they just play way better defense than they used to.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that doesn't even come into my mind because the Oilers are a very good hockey club. The Oilers a couple of years ago against San Jose weren't. This is a team with ambitions of winning a Stanley Cup, and they should, because this is good. These are the top 4 teams in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
When I did my playoff pool, these were the 4 teams I expected to be here. So, to me, there's no fear of the Oilers going out and getting blown out because of the effort that Dallas had in Game 1. The Oilers might not win tonight, but it won't be because of what the Oilers do. To me, it'll be because the Dallas Stars are good enough to win a game against the Edmonton Oilers. But to me, going forward in this hockey game, it's 2 very good hockey clubs that whoever executes better, whoever gets the bounces or the breaks at the end of the night, and whoever gets the big save at the end of the night will be celebrating a victory. But so I don't see anything resembling that San Jose game because this is a completely different Edmonton Oilers team. This is one of the elite teams in the league.
Who has more pressure on them right now?
Oh, Dallas.
It's got to be Dallas, doesn't it?
Well, 100%. They can't afford. I know that they came back from 2 down against Vegas, and Vegas is a very good hockey club. But what are the odds in the same playoff year that you come back from 2 down on home ice twice? It just isn't there. So Dallas has a much more pressure on them in this hockey game. The Oilers right now, you want to split on the road, they got it. They're playing with house money right now. That's why there's an excitement, and Leon talked about it. There's an excitement. I mean, to have a chance to go up 2-0 on Dallas, in Dallas, would be absolutely huge. So there's way more pressure on the Stars. And that's why I say the longer this game goes, and if the Dallas Stars are chasing, the stress level will continue to get higher and higher for the Dallas Stars game.
Let's go to the Ford Keys to the Game, brought to you by Ford, the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Built Ford proud. What do you got, Rob?
Big saves by Stuart Skinner, especially early, because I would imagine that's when Dallas's best effort will come forward. Continued success with your penalty kill. Do not allow the Dallas Stars to get any momentum in this game or in this series on the power play. And when the Oilers do get the power play tonight, take advantage of it because they're at a premium.
Yeah, there's no question. It's almost, Rob, like when it comes to penalties, it's almost, they're called by, it's on accidental plays. Like the line is so tight. Dallas, they don't take a lot of penalties and they play within the whistles. They don't drag you into the crap. And you look at the McDavid double minor, that was an accidental high stick. I didn't like the call in the Bouchard sequence.
Nope, that was a bad call.
That was a bad call, but it's going to be fun tonight, Rob. Great stuff.
It is.
Look forward to
2 great teams playing out. I hope it's a replication of the the last game because that was a fantastic game to watch.
That's our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown. Rob Brown will join Reed Wilkins during the end of the roll, first and second intermissions. Jack Michaels is ready to go. He's got the call up next. Game 2, I was going to say the Campbell Conference, the Western Conference Final. The Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars. Game number 2. Jack Michaels with the call. The Oilers up 1-0 in the series. You're listening to Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey parents, do you work in downtown Edmonton? Childcare is hard to find, but at Kepler Academy, inside Sun Life Place, we still have some space for children 12 months to 6 years old. Located at 101-23 Hull Street, Kepler Academy Sun Life Place is an award-winning early learning and childcare provider, voted Edmonton's top choice for 4 years in a row. Visit KeplerAcademy.ca. Mention this ad and your registration fees will be waived.
There's only one line of trucks that's outsold all others for 58 years. Only one with the available Power Boost hybrid engine on select models that delivers performance and efficiency. It's the truck that all others are measured by. You know the one. Tough this smart can only be called F-150. Right now, lease the 2024 F-150 STX with Black Appearance Package at 2.49% APR for up to 24 months with $4,800 down. That's just $228 bi-weekly. Visit your Alberta Ford store or Ford.ca for details.
Experience the exciting casino action at 3 Century Casino locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and next to the Edmonton Airport. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, you can always enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options or try your luck at off-track betting. And now you can feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Century Casino has it all. Come for the action, stay for the fun.
And true. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now, tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast.
There he shoots and scores. Now it's Draisaitl off to Connor McDavid. Centers Kane for the hat trick. He scores.
All the action called by the voices who know the game inside and out.
This crowd explodes.
Bob Stauffer and Jack Michaels on the Oilers Radio Network.
Only once in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs has a home team in the conference final lost the first two at home and come back to win the series. And that hasn't happened since 1945. Not even my broadcast partner was alive for that one. Edmonton, Dallas, Game 2. A chance for the Oilers to get greedy and take 2 heading back to Edmonton. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Bob Stauffer, I'm Jack Michaels. And this is Game 2 of the Western Conference Final with the Oilers having prevailed 3-2 on overtime on Thursday McDavid to take the opening faceoff, and he'll win it. And we're underway with Game 2 against Joe Pavelski, soon to be 40 years of age. Flipped in by Esa Lindell and Coleman Bouchard defensively. McDavid flanked by Nugent Hopkins and Hyman as per usual. It's McDavid flying into the zone with a turnover, a giveaway against Chris Tanev, and now Matt Duchene charging in, bowled over from behind. What a backtrack by the captain, Connor McDavid. He just steamrolled him. Fired back in by Tanev, who was burned for 3 goals against 5-on-5 Thursday night after giving up exactly 1 in the first 2 rounds against Jack Eichel and Nate McKinnon 5-on-5. McDavid got him 3 times. The Oilers send it in. Finishing his check on Heiskanen is Dylan Holloway. Here's Leon Draisaitl, and it's Desharnais whipping it around the boards. A shot by Nurse redirected away from Jake Ottinger. Once again, the starting goal opposite Stuart Skinner. Your starting lineup brought to you by our friends at Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. Here's a right-wing lead pass to Holloway sent up by Desharnais, and when Holloway's shot is at the feet of Ottinger, the Stars starting goalie is forced to freeze it. Stuart Skinner looking to become the first Oiler goalie to win 4 in a row on the road since Dwayne Rollison in 2006. He's back in the pipes. He's 8-3 this postseason with an .888 save percentage. Ottinger 8-6, .919. But Bob, the home road splits are a bit ugly considering this one is at home. 3-5, .887 here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. 5-1 on the road with a save percentage of better than 95 away from the Lone Star State. Off the draw, poor pass from Ceci forces Kulak to give ground, and Edmonton has to retreat from the offensive zone. Right now, it's Janmark Carrick and Connor Brown on the 4th line. Same lineup for Edmonton as was the opener against Dallas on Thursday night. Sam Steele driving in left wing for the Stars from Sherwood Park, Alberta. He'll keep it on the left half boards, but it's turned over by Ryan Suter. Tries to give his man a hand on the way back on the backtrack. Connor Brown, in the meantime, pulls it in from the right-hand side and then had the puck wrestled from him by Steele, who flips it into the Edmonton zone. The Oilers in the white, outlined in orange and blue. The Stars in the Kelly green, white and black. Derek Ryan unable to get it out. Stole it back from Jason Robertson. Now Thomas Harley on the puck for the Stars. Had trouble with it in his feet. And Ryan and McLeod come the other way. They're paired with Warren Fogle. McLeod to the middle. Couldn't make a play offensively, and the Stars send it up the left-hand board.
Oilers have had 3 chances to take it to the net, and they've passed backwards twice. Can't fuel the transition for Dallas, Jack.
Heiskanen, Harley, and now up the right-hand side. Oh, Robertson offside on the play. Backing his way in was Wyatt Johnston, and that might have cost Jason Robertson a breakaway, and he could use something to happen positively offensively for him. He doesn't have a goal in his last 9 games, and once again, Bob, tonight he's without his sidecar, Rope Hintz.
Who's a heck of a player and brings a lot of speed to the Dallas lineup. Connor McDavid, first shift of the game, came down the right-hand side instead of drifting one to the net. Tried to fire a pass through, led the transition the other way, but Connor came back and broke it up.
McDavid wins the face-off, kicks it back to Evan Bouchard, and the Oilers look to plow their way through the neutral zone. Our referees tonight, Jean Hebert and Garrett Rank. Linesman Johnny Murray, and Shandor Alfonso. Hyman whips a pass cross ice, picked up by Nugent Hopkins. Dallas had 5 power plays the other night. Edmonton 1. Slap pass, Matthias Ekholm. Hyman checked by Mason Marchment, gave it up to McDavid, and when he tried to sift it in front, it was broken up by Matt Duchene. Here's Lindell leading the rush for Dallas. Not much on that pass. Held in by Marchment, down low to Duchene. Heading for the net, Pavelski, who's been frustrated with his lack of production, and a centering pass from Duchene won't ease that frustration as McDavid picks it off, and it's hoisted out of the zone by Zach Hyman. Pavelski kicks it back to Heiskanen, and he'll fire it in for Dallas. Taken off the boards and working down low, Johnston. A centering pass to Jamie Benn, broken up, intended for Stankoven, and now brought up the left-hand side by Leon Draisaitl. He got belted by Thomas Harley. Up the left-hand side, shot free. Johnston to Jamie Benn, 2-on-1 with Stankoven. Benn shoots and scores. Time 3:39, and the Stars captain
Edmonton has given Dallas its first lead of the series. Off the rush, Dallas did not have a rush chance in Game 1. They convert their first here in Game 2.
Well, the Oilers are fueling the rush for Dallas. Their puck maintenance has been poor in the opening 3:39. That time, Ceci steps up. Holloway over pursues, and a wicked shot by a guy who once won a scoring race in the NHL, Jamie Benn, one of those great depth scorers for the Stars.
2015 Art Ross winner. He had 87 points. It's a little different now in this day and age, but Jamie Benn still found time to score 21 goals this year. That's his fourth of the postseason, and Dallas leads Game 2 1-0. Here's a lead pass by Brett Kulak off the draw, looking for Warren Fogle. I thought there could have been an interference penalty on Thomas Harley against Leon Draisaitl.
That was an obvious no call.
Well, Dallas went the other way and scored. Yep. That's why I bring it up. Ceci up the left-hand side, Warren Fogle. In front of his own bench, he'll shovel it back to Ceci. He'll gain the line. Connor Brown, redirected by Ceci. Rebound, Brown scores! And Edmonton comes right back to tie the game at 1. Connor Brown, who scored 4 times all season long, gets his first of the playoffs, and the Oilers have this game deadlocked.
Well, Connor Brown stayed with it, and you got to stop in front of the net. And Fogle feathered a pass up the middle. Ceci activated, give and go with Brown. Shot to the net. Brown stuck with it and sweeps it home, and we are tied.
What a redirect by Ceci, and a live pop off the pads of Jake Ottinger that Brown's able to take advantage of. Connor Brown started to score down the stretch, but still, that's his first goal since April the 6th. And you heard Rob Brown, our colleague, all year long, Bob, say, you got to keep him going. It takes a long time to recover from the injury, and you hope he scores a big goal in the playoffs. Well, that's a big goal because it settles down the 18,532 that were roaring. Ekholm up the left-hand side. Here's Connor McDavid. Defending at the line is Chris Tanev, and he breaks up the rush chance. Essa Lindell from center. He'll try to shovel it ahead for Ty Dellandrea. That's the one shift that Dallas made tonight. They sit down Radek Faksa, who had the game-winning goal in Game 7 against Vegas in the first round, and they bring in Dellandrea, who only played he played 42 games this year and scored twice. Took a step back after a pretty decent year last season. Up the right-hand side, Matthias Janmark. Work down low, out to Desharnais. His shot from the point, redirected up on the plexi and taken by Marchment. Ceci and Fogle with the helpers on Brown's first of the postseason and the second Stanley Cup playoff goal of his career. Harley was hurt by a shot in front. He's having trouble putting weight on it, and he'll hobble off as Matt Duchene brings it up to the Edmonton blue line, and with a hard rim sends it around the boards. That'll be picked up by Darnell Nurse.
See how Holloway responds. He's the guy that got caught up with the ice in that odd man break.
We've played 6 minutes. The game is tied at 1. Dallas has scored on its only shot. Jamie Benn off the rush. Nurse up the left-hand side. Vinny Desharnais. It's spilled in by Evander Kane. Ottinger to play it to the corner. Tanev under control for the Dallas Stars. Eventually worked up the right-hand side. Stankoven tipped it ahead for Wyatt Johnston, who does not have a .5 of his last 6 games. He's another guy Dallas would dearly like to get going. Essa Lindell fires a pass up. Here's a chance. Johnston, the trailer, shoots, and a save made. Stuart Skinner threw a screen. That might have hit Jamie Benn, actually. Benn was standing right in front of Stuart Skinner.
This has been a poor start for Edmonton. They're giving way too many transition opportunities to Dallas.
Petrovic up the right-hand side, and that's after not allowing a rush chance at all in Game 1. Dallas, a dangerous team off the rush, and the Oilers erased that in Game 1. Derek Ryan backhands it ahead to Fogle up through center, and Essa Lindell with a giveaway at the red line. Here's McLeod walking in, shooting on net. Ottinger makes the save. Fogle can't handle the rebound. Works his way back and tried to pry it loose from Tyler Sagan. He did, and Matthias Ekholm takes over for the Oilers with 12 and a half to go in the first period. Connor Brown, the game-tying goal moments ago. Here's Zach Hyman rolling in from the right-hand side. He's erased by Heiskanen. A chip up the left-hand side for Sam Steele. In over the line, pass deflected into the Oiler bench, and that brings us to our first timeout. 12:21 remaining in the first period. Dallas taking an early lead, but the Oilers coming right back. Connor Brown allowed that lead only 44 seconds to breathe. He ties it up, and game two is deadlocked in Big D at the American Airlines Center with the Western Conference Final, game two. The Oilers Radio Network.
Portage College graduates are incredibly employable. How does Portage know? 99% of employers surveyed said they would hire a Portage grad. Get career ready at Portage College. Learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
Proudly headquartered in Edmonton, Capital Power is powering change by changing power. Be part of the energy and join Capital Power in cheering on our Edmonton Oilers. From Ice District and across oil country as they chase another championship banner. Visit capitalpower.com to learn about how they're delivering reliable and affordable power for communities today and creating innovative solutions for a clean electricity future.
Believing in yourself takes confidence. At Portage College, 93% of grads say their education gave them the skills and knowledge they needed for their careers. That's the kind of confidence that leads to great results. Learn more at portagecollege.ca.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Connor Brown's previous playoff goal came as a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Boston Bruins back in April of 2018. 6 years later, he scores in Game 2 of the Western Conference Final to bring Edmonton even. 1-1. Not even halfway through the first period, Draisaitl off the draw in his own zone. Backhands it up the boards. Holloway did not get it out. It was held in by Harley. Joe Pavelski run off the puck down low. Nurse defending, giving up a chance for Heiskanen from the right circle. That shot was blocked, and the Oilers will bust out left to right. 3-on-2. Draisaitl hits the trailer. It's Nurse. Backhands it toward the net. Backhander save. Rebound Ottinger, and he was fortunate to keep that out of the net. I think Evander Kane, Bob, had an open net and just shot it right back into Ottinger. And the way Kane is acting.
100%, Jack. He nailed it. He's rolling his eyes. He's looking to the heavens. He thought he should have had a goal there. Draisaitl and Holloway combined, and what a chance for Kane, and Ottinger fought it off.
Kane had a wide open net, and at the last minute, Marchment drilled him
from behind.
Face off right side of Ottinger. McDavid will be waved out of the circle. Here comes Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Wins the face off. Hyman twists it back to the point. Bouchard to McDavid as Ekholm sneaks down low. McDavid out in front, a backhander and a glove save made by Jake Ottinger with 11:33 to go in the first period. The Oilers once again out shooting the Stars handily. 6-1 through the first 8.5 minutes. But the one shot by Jamie Benn opened the scoring. That was quickly answered by Connor Brown 44 seconds later.
And that's the scouting report on Ottinger, right? He hugs the short side post, go to the far side on him. That's where McDavid did, but he flashed some leather. Nice save.
McDavid wins another face-off. Zach Hyman knocked off balance. McDavid pinned along the end boards, nudged it free. Chris Tanev will try to backhand it up the ice. didn't get it done. Held in, down low, in front, and shot wide. Hyman tried to set up Nugent Hopkins. Here's Ekholm over to Bouchard, right point. His shot deflected in front, backhander, and somehow Hyman denied by Ottinger. Might have hit the side of the goalpost. Ottinger had the right pad flashing out. Chipping and charging Stankoven. Well, in the last minute or so, Edmonton's had 2 or 3 point-blank looks to take the first lead. Here's Hyman rolling in, shooting wide, short side. Rebound giving way is Janmark for Ekholm. Back down low for McDavid. Checked by Ryan Suter. Heiskanen tries to bring it through Janmark. The former star takes it away and dishes off. Bouchard, beautiful move. Shot save made by Ottinger. What a toe drag by Evan Bouchard, completely undressing his defender. Flipped out. Ekholm settles it down at his own blue line and rifles it in. Weird hop off the corner boards through Ottinger and over to Miro Heiskanen. Churning his way in is Dadonov against Brett Kulak. Swiftly up the left-hand side, and Brown, who scored the equalizer a few minutes ago, got it as far as center. Harley dumps it back in. Connor Brown to Kulak, did not get it out. Held in up top by Alex Petrovic. Centering pass, one-timer, and Sagan denied by Skinner. The Stars' second shot on net, almost as dangerous as their first, and Skinner makes a terrific save on Sagan, who scored both Dallas goals in Game 1. 9:58 to go in the first period. The shots on goal, 9-2 Edmonton. The game is tied at 1. Ben for the Stars, Brown for the Oilers. We're back to the American Airlines Center in Dallas in just a moment with more Ford Dealers NHL hockey, the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Oilers Radio Network.
International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 955, is one of Alberta's largest and most diverse union locals in the province. Members work in everything from construction and maintenance to pipelines, renewables, healthcare, education, municipalities, and more. They are a big part of Alberta's past and will be a big part of Alberta's future. Apprenticeship, jobs, pension. That's IUOE Local 955. Visit joinustoday.ca to learn more, and let's go Oilers.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
McDavid trying to come in with speed. Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores!
Hey, Edmonton. Rogers wants you to stay connected to your Edmonton Oilers.
Connor McDavid! Fantastic!
Catch every goal on Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network with Rogers 5G mobile plans. To learn more, visit rogers.com/5G. That's rogers.com/5G.
You're listening to Oilers Hockey on 630 CHED and on the Radio Player Canada app.
Travis Kelce, among others, in attendance tonight for Game 2 of the Western Conference Final from Dallas, and off the face-off, a clear by Derek Ryan at center ice. Trying to hit Sagan was Harley. That was broken up, and Ryan comes the other way for the Edmonton Oilers, who have forged a 1-1 tie. McLeod back to Derek Ryan. Left point shot, Nurse right into the chest of Jake Ottinger, who makes the save with 9:38 to go in the first period. The Oilers have come out and registered 10 of the first 12 shots on net.
Ottinger's been good, and Edmonton's missed a couple of glorious opportunities, including Evander Kane at the side of the net. And maybe Evan Bouchard had made a great drag move and then kind of towed his shot attempt. And, man, they are letting them play, Jack.
No penalties called in the first 10.5 minutes. Face-off right side of Ottinger, and another draw won by Connor McDavid. Tell you what, the Oilers are off to a good start in the circle as well. Here's the centering pass that's deflected away by Ottinger and cleared by Sam Steele. Pumped in by Delandria. Up the left-hand side, trying to seal McDavid. Flashes across the line, fires a pass into the feet of Bouchard. That was tough chance for Bouchard. Zach Hyman battling, and Bouchard might have gotten high sticked. Away from the play, the action was behind the net, but Bouchard takes a high stick, and the Oilers, who had only one power play in the entirety of Game 1, which of course lasted 80 and a half minutes, will go to the man advantage.
23, 2-minute minor penalty for high sticking.
Lindell to the box, and the Oiler power play gets the first crack. They're 1 for their last 11, but that one goal was the series winning goal in Game 7 at Vancouver. And Dallas's penalty kill, after being really good during the regular season, top 10 at 82%, has tailed off significantly in the postseason at 70%. Draisaitl to take the draw against Delandria. Hyman and McDavid stacked in the slot. Nugent Hopkins and Bouchard hugging the left side boards. Draisaitl had a tough night in the circle on Thursday. He lost 21 of the 29 draws he took.
He's out of this one, too.
It's uncharacteristic. I mean, Leon's had mostly strong games, even against tough competition in Vancouver. The Oilers were able to weather that. Now McDavid will take the draw, and he won it cleanly. Another real good start for Edmonton with faceoffs. Nugent Hopkins to McDavid. Checked off the puck. Draisaitl found McDavid, right circle. Tried to feed it in front. That was stolen and cleared by Dallas's Sam Steele.
Shoot the puck.
Skinner to leave it for Evan Bouchard. McDavid's game winner in overtime was a redirect on a beautiful feed from Evan Bouchard, who's been on the ice for 35 of Edmonton's 50 goals this postseason. Even I can tell you that's 70%. Bouchard gives way to Draisaitl in the neutral zone, and Draisaitl doesn't like the read, so he's going to take a look, wait, bide his time, and from his own blue line, deliver a pass to McDavid to carry it over the line. Nugent Hopkins did well to poke that down low, and now Draisaitl goes to work, twisting it over to McDavid. Angled off the boards, Nugent Hopkins left faceoff circle. Now out to Evan Bouchard. Atco Energy power play. Atco, your trusted Alberta retailer. Halfway through it, shot taken by Bouchard, deflected high up on the glass. Heiskanen chips it in for Sam Steele, trying to seal it against McDavid, and eventually muscles it through the neutral zone. Dallas had to be careful not to touch the puck, and Draisaitl carries it back across the line. Otherwise, the Stars would have been guilty of too many men. Draisaitl finds Bouchard, opening McDavid. Bouchard, Draisaitl right circle. Checked by Harley, backs off from the top of the circle, snaps it down low. Nugent Hopkins looked inside, didn't find much, rolled up top, gave it back to Draisaitl on the goal line. One-timer Bouchard redirected over the net. Taken off the glass by Zach Hyman, who leads everyone in the Stanley Cup playoffs with 12 goals. Can't make a play. A failed clear by Sagan, and the Oilers given new life on this power play. Final 10 seconds, McDavid cross ice. Swing and a miss by Hyman on a pass that was batted out of midair. McDavid sets it up. Shot Nugent Hopkins. No, he tried to pass off. Draisaitl whipped it back across. Dallas is at full strength, and now the Oilers want to change. McDavid kicks it back to Bouchard. He'll slap it back in, and the Oilers, in fact, will change. Oh, Tanev fell down. I don't know if he tripped over the puck, but that was all kinds of ugly for Chris Tanev, who's off to a poor start in this series. Up the right-hand side, he'll give it to Wyatt Johnston, who pours in with Stankoven and Benn. But Stankoven could not keep it down low. Evander Kane through the middle of the ice. It's flicked in by Warren Fogle. In on the forecheck, Kane, backhander, save, rebound, another save, Ottinger. McLeod pulled it free and forced it back to the point for Darnell Nurse. He fires, and a glove save made by Ottinger, who's furious with the referee. He is enraged right now, feeling that McLeod was allowed to carve it out of there. But similar to Kane earlier, Bob, I believe at live speed, McLeod shot that right back into Ottinger.
100%. Had an open short side on the play. That was a tough play. It was in tight. There was two skaters in front of there for Dallas. Bang, bang, play down low. Edmonton did not get a shot on their power play, Jack. Then they got 3 shots in the next 4 shots in the next 45 seconds at 5-on-5. But
good work by McLeod pulling that loose from Ottinger, because he recognized, and he was the only man on the ice to recognize it was still loose.
it sounds simple, but when Edmonton's power play goes on one of those 1-for-12 runs, it's usually because they don't shoot enough early. And McDavid passed off an option that just drifted on the net the first 15 seconds, and Hyman there for a rebound.
Sam Carrick loses the face-off to the right of Ottinger. Mason Marchment out towards center, but Edmonton is dominating this game, certainly on the shot clock, 14-2. Now, the two chances for Dallas have been good ones, as Skinner made a good save on Tyler Seguin. Carrick got it to Brown, will float one on net. Ottinger spills it to the corner, and it's cleared once again by Marchment. That went through Pavelski. After it is Matt Duchene, but a hand to Kulak by Skinner, freed up to center. Shot back in by Petrovic. He was dashed earlier in this game along with Ryan Suter, Dallas's third pair. Burned for the game-tying goal by Connor Brown. Kulak advances it through the neutral zone and softly delivers one deep into the Dallas end. Heavy hit by Kane on Thomas Harley. And Kane's been hitting everything in the last couple of weeks. Started in Vancouver. Robertson got it down low left corner. Out to the right point offensive zone. Tanev hesitated. Robertson right circle. One-timer and another save on Seguin by Skinner. That's twice he's gotten him in this first period. Seguin with two good looks in the slot. Crosses to Lindell. One-timer from distance and not much on it. And cleared the other way. Dadonov will back off and play D. And Holloway knows, takes him hard, and then plowed his way through Ottinger. And they're going to go no harm, no foul here as the net dislodged from its moorings. And Garrett Rank comes over to fish a couple of players out of the Dallas net with 5 minutes to go in the first period. And again, the Stars are upset, this time believing that Holloway could have avoided Jake Ottinger. Good recognition by Holloway to not only beat Dadonov, but did you see how he steamrolled Chris Tanev on his way to the net? Good save by Stuart Skinner moments ago on Seguin. Second time he stopped him in the slot. And we remain tied at 1. 5 minutes to go, opening period. Game 2 of the Western Conference Final continues in just a moment on the Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Straining to find the right home? You're going to love this. For a limited time, get back in the game with a free Oiler Fan Cave basement by Coventry Homes. This playoff package includes a free basement, plus an exclusive Oiler Fan Cave, complete with their signature customizable designs and top shelf finishes at no additional cost. Because flexibility is within reach. Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
Think you can't go back to school because you have a family or a full-time job? Yes, you can. Northern Lakes College provides a supported distance learning environment, offering a guided learning setting that supports you to succeed and provides the flexibility to suit your lifestyle. Explore programs in academic upgrading, business, health, human services, resource technology, university studies, and more, including a wide range of courses available through continuing education. The education you want, the flexibility you deserve. NorthernLakesCollege.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
In Game 1 of the Western Conference Final, Tyler Seguin became the 7th player in NHL history to score in a conference semi as a teenager and then again as a player in his 30s. And he's had 2 more good looks tonight in Game 2. Skinner has stopped them both 1-1 as we bring you back for the face-off in the Dallas zone. McDavid lost it, and Dallas looks to turn it up the left-hand side. Dellandrea could not get it done. Here's McDavid down low. Dallas off that that timeout. Puck went off an official, and that allowed Tanev a scoop to center, flip back in. Ekholm again. Tanev lost his balance. We're live in our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth, Dallas's American Airlines Center. Skinner wanted an icing call, doesn't get it done. Ekholm will backhand it up the right-hand side. Bouchard ahead for Zach Hyman. Cut off by the Stars, but Suter did not get it out. And McDavid against Suter. Ran out of real estate behind the net. Suter is able to fork it back through the middle. Craig Smith lost the handle, and a matchup that didn't seem to be in favor of the Stars will be changed. Here's Heiskanen wiring one high and wide down the left-hand side, held in by Wyatt Johnston. Down low in the right-hand corner. Here's an opening for Heiskanen. Puck took a weird hop off the stanchion, centering past Jamie Benn, intercepted and cleared by Warren Fogle. That's going to be gathered by Suter back in his own zone for Dallas. Now Miro Heiskanen looks up ice, guided back in by Stankoven. Nurse will send one up the boards for McLeod through the wickets, and a second time this one intercepted and rifled back in by Warren Fogle. 3.5 to go in the first period. It's Dallas 1, Edmonton 1. Here in the Western Conference Final, Game 2. The Oilers won Game 1 on Thursday night, 3-2 in double overtime. McDavid with a game winner. Stankoven chips it in. Mason Marchment won a battle. Centering pass. Good coverage in front by Darnell Nurse. That allows Connor Brown to streak up the right-hand side. Brown to Nurse. He fanned on a centering pass, then regained in the right-hand corner. Playing in front of his parents tonight. Cleared up the left-hand side to Mason Marchment. Richard and Kathy in the house. Marchment shooting it in around the boards, and Joe Pavelski on the puck for Dallas. They'll put it behind the net, and after it is Dylan Holloway. Battling in the corner. Puck once again comes free. Sam Carrick in the midst of that. Holloway is able to brush it out, and Matthias Janmark from center ice will dump it in. Janmark was on the 2020 Dallas team that lost to Tampa in 6 games in the bubble in the Stanley Cup Final. Marchment up the right-hand side. Holloway will gather it back in his own end. Third appearance in 5 years in the conference final for Dallas. Second in 3 for Edmonton. Chipped in by Heiskanen. After it is Brett Kulak. Tried to nudge it up the left-hand side. Could not do it. Leon Draisaitl. For the first time in his career, only 7 wins away from the Stanley Cup. He'll shovel it in. And with Kane bearing down on him, Jake Ottinger elects to stick that one in his hip pocket with 2:04 to go in a first period that has seen Edmonton outshoot Dallas by a whopping 16-3. Now, having said that, Ben scores off the rush, and Sagan has had 2 terrific looks that Skinner has made quality stops on.
And the Oilers, in my opinion, their chances have been more off of rebounds and that sort of thing. I don't know how many point-blank looks they've actually had. The best one maybe to Kane, but that too was a bang-bang play down low. Loading up, McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, first 5-on-5 shift together.
Face-off win. Tyler Sagan lofted back up ice by Robertson over a leaping Bouchard, and here comes Sagan. Weaving his way in. Sagan, a couple of multi-goal games in his last 5 after having 2 in his first 123 Stanley Cup playoff games. So he's hot. McDavid, beautiful no-look feed for Hyman across the line, left circle. Offensive zone, you've got Draisaitl. Shrugging off one check, Bouchard slapped it down low. McDavid held up, couldn't get to that puck. Ekholm does behind the net. Sagan elected to play it up the right-hand side for Dellandrea, and his backhand toss intended for Craig Smith broken up, and the Oilers have numbers coming over the line. Draisaitl right circle, feathers it. Bouchard just out of the reach of both Hyman and McDavid, and now it'll be the Stars with 1:10 to go. Dellandrea hits the line, shoots, and that guided out of play by Stuart Skinner. Dellandrea is a guy that at times gets on the score sheet in the clutch. He's got 4 Stanley Cup playoff goals in 20 games played, and that one ticked high up on the blocker of Stuart Skinner.
If you're an Oilers partisan, there's a couple things that are concerning you here. You're out shooting them 16-4, and yet we got a 1-1 game, and you've had a power play. You know they're going to be at a premium. Important D-zone draw here, Jack, for looks like McLeod's going to take it. 52% playoffs.
He's had a good playoff in that regard. and digs in hard on this one. The faceoff comes free, and it is going to be a win for McLeod. Brett Kulak sends it up the left-hand side, and it's going to be an icing call. So you win the faceoff, Bob, and I know you've pointed out at times over the last few games, the Oilers have technically won some draws and then lost them because the opposing team has gotten possession, or the Oilers have either failed to clear it or taken an icing call when they didn't need to.
Puck management.
This time on his strong side, Derek Ryan against Jamie Benn, and the Stars captain won it cleanly. Harley, one-timer ripped wide by Heiskanen, and a blast fired well wide of the mark from the opposite side by Johnston. Wristed back in by Heiskanen with 45 seconds to go in the period, and Harley failed to hold the zone. He scored 15 goals from the back end this year for Dallas. Heiskanen chopped it loose for Johnston, could not get it to Jamie Benn, sent up the ice by Kulak, intercepted center ice Heiskanen, tried to pitchfork it down the middle for Stankoven, following up Johnston and a quick shot, and that was forced wide. I think Kulak got a stick in there, another chance. Johnston toe dragged to the middle and never got a shot away. Harley will power it down low. Stars with pressure here late in the period, 13 seconds, quick shot, Stankoven, and an acrobatic save made by Skinner, who didn't even have his feet set. Here's Suter backhanding it toward the net, and that floater grabbed by Skinner. The whistle goes with 2.8 on the clock, and Skinner stopping Stankoven despite not nearly being in what he would call ideal position to make that save.
Oh, great play by Stankoven, and Skinner sold out and exploded to get the blocker up to make the save there, but that sequence can't happen. Ryan McLeod and Derek Ryan both had puck possession. They got to get the puck out of the zone. Important draw here. 3 seconds left in the period for Leon Draisaitl.
Oilers have 4 players stacked in the paint. Pavelski against Draisaitl won cleanly, and that'll be all for the opening 20 minutes. Edmonton has to settle for a 1-1 tie despite out-shooting Dallas by a healthy margin. But as we talked about, the Stars had some sneaky good chances in that period. So maybe the quality chances you wouldn't say are as big a spread as the 16-5 shot clock would indicate. Nevertheless, the Oilers fell behind in this game and battled back into a tie. Jamie Benn opened the scoring from Johnston and Heiskanen at 3:39, and then 44 seconds later, Connor Brown, off a beautiful redirect from Cody Ceci, was able to pump in the rebound. Vogel the second assist, and Connor Brown has tied this game. And we're now joined by Cody Ceci in just a few minutes. But Bob, another quality period on the road turned in by Edmonton.
Oh, excellent first period. Too many chances against off the rush in the first 6 minutes. They settled down a bit, played a simple north-south game, got their feet moving, created lots of opportunities. Probably should be up after one.
Jake Ottinger, a couple of quality saves, point blank on Kane, McLeod, and McDavid right off the top of my head. And again, Skinner, 2 quality saves on good looks for Tyler Seguin. And now we're joined by Cody Ceci. Cody, what did you read on the scoring play that tied the game? You jumped into the seam and looked like you got a good redirect.
Yeah, it started with Fogs. I think he saw me joining up in the play, and then me and Brownie went down kind of 2-on-2. Just kind of a shot tip, and he came over top and had a good look.
Cody, these guys are an excellent rush team. You guys really did a great job limiting that in game one. First 6 minutes, though, you kind of fed it a bit in the O-zone with some turnovers. Obviously, concerted effort to do a better job managing the puck as the period wore on.
Yeah, for sure. That's something we're going to talk about here in their zone and the neutral zone. So they're coming quick. They're turning it up quick, so we got to be ready.
Cody, thanks for the time.
All right, thank you.
That's Cody Ceci with an assist on the Connor Brown goal. That's his 13th career postseason assist in 78 games, and Ceci came within a goalpost of advancing to the Stanley Cup Final in 2017 as a member of the Ottawa Senators, and now the Oilers 3 wins away from going to their first Stanley Cup Final since 2006.
Well, Connor McDavid was flying. I didn't think he was particularly sharp, though, with the puck, Jack, and that probably bodes well for Edmonton. You still listen to Connor McDavid. He's going to keep going. Jack, the ice today at the morning skate appeared to be sticking a bit. And that's, my theory when you're playing, not all the ice is like the Bell Center in Montreal, which the players voted number 1, or Rogers Place in Edmonton, which was voted number 2. I mean, we are in hot, humid conditions down here in Dallas, Texas. I think you need to put pucks to the net on the power play. I don't think you need to worry about trying to execute 6 or 7 passes. It's just, and the Oilers had a chance right off of a face-off win on the power play to take it to the net in the first 5 or 6 seconds. And I think you got to keep putting shots on goal. Good period for Ottinger and a sneaky good period from Stuart Skinner. After that, the first shot goes in, he made 3 or 4 other really good saves. 2 off Sagan, 1 off Stankoven. We're tied at 1 after 1. The Oilers are up 1-0 in this series, and that was a pretty good overall period for Edmonton.
Shots are 16-5. The Oilers through 20 minutes. Edmonton playing another tight one. 9 of their last 10 games have been decided by 1 goal, and the Oilers have won 6 of them, including the vital Game 7 on Monday night in Vancouver. Now it's a Saturday night in the Lone Star State. Game 2 of the Western Conference Final. Benn for the Stars, Brown for the Oilers, and it's 1-1 through 20. They've taken a shot away from Dallas. I believe that Stankoven shot might have hit some traffic before it actually ever reached Stuart Skinner. So 16-4 officially in the opening 20. Reed Wilkins and Rob Brown waiting patiently on the other side as you're listening to Ford Dealers NHL Hockey live from Dallas, the Oilers Radio Network.
When you play the largest 50-50 in sports, everybody wins. Your support makes all of oil country a better place. A place of kindness, caring, and compassion. Uplifting those in need, changing lives forever. The largest 50-50 pot in professional sports is currently growing by the second. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com and help change lives today. Maybe even your own.
AGLC license number 645766.
Stay connected with your community and enjoy the latest updates and exclusive access to concerts and events by becoming a 630 CHED Insider. Don't miss out on a single moment.
Sign up now at 630ched.com.
And click on CHED Insider Newsletter to become a vital part of Edmonton's premier news and talk community. 630 CHED, Edmonton's news, today's talk.
Where Edmonton stays informed and entertained.
Today and every day. At the Intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
She'll shovel it back to Ceci. He'll gain the line. Connor Brown redirected by Ceci. Rebound. Brown scores. And Edmonton comes right back to tie the game at 1. Connor Brown, who scored 4 times all season long, gets his first of the playoffs.
The goals 44 seconds apart in the first period. Jamie Benn scored on Dallas's first shot on goal of the game. Connor Brown with that reply, his first of the playoffs. That's the highlight zone for Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos, 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and next to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone. Along with Rob Brown, I'm Reed Wilkins at the Intermission for End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. So 1-1 after 1, Rob. The Stars came out trying to push it. They had 2 2-on-1s and a 3-on-2 in the first 7 minutes of the game. They scored on one of their 2-on-1s. How are they getting those rushes tonight?
Well, I think we saw in the first game of this series where they tried sneaking players behind the Oilers. They got a breakaway early in the game in Game 1. They're leaving the zone a little early if they see there's a chance to jump out. Remember, this is a team that's deep up front, so they got guys on the 3rd and 4th line there. Pretty good offensively. So if they've got an opportunity, if they read the play, they will jump. And then the one where the goal, I think it was the goal that was scored, where Holloway, he was in the right position, but then he made a 50-50 guess and tried hitting the puck out of the air. It didn't work. So they had their chances, but then the Oilers tightened up. And, I mean, mark this first period under life ain't fair, because it's not fair that the Oilers are tied 1-1 after 20. They were very good and a lot of grade A looks. The puck hanging around the blue paint. Ottinger scrambling in the net, did a great job fighting for his space. But this was an excellent first 20 minutes on the road by the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, yeah, 2 or 3 huge saves by Ottinger. He got the pad out on Evander Kane's rebound try. He got his toe on a chance by Zach Hyman and a couple other good saves. Skinner not as busy, but he made some good stops. Tyler Seguin had the one-timer. And, it's interesting, Rob, Edmonton definitely carried the play. The shot's now 16-4. But Dallas did have their chances, including a little flurry right at the end.
Well, Dallas pushed at the end, and they had their best players on the ice and then created. What we've seen in this, I guess now 4 periods, five and a half periods, is both teams, if you make a mistake, they will jump on you. If you turn the puck over, doesn't even have to be a blatant, horrible turnover, but just don't get it to where you want it to go. Both teams are very quick at making that into a scoring chance quickly. And what we saw at the end of the period, the others had a couple of chances where they just kind of bounced off their stick and didn't get it where they wanted it to go, and quickly back came the Dallas Stars. So the one thing that you've got to do when you play Dallas is take advantage of their number 6 defenseman. And on that goal that Connor Brown scored, how do you say, is it Petrovic on the back end?
Yes.
Yeah, so he got looking. Connor Brown threw the puck in front. Petrovic got looking, and he played 16 minutes last game, Petrovic did, because of the overtimes. He doesn't play a whole lot. That was a big mistake by him, because Dallas Stars, they're still announcing the goal that Ben scored when the Oilers came back and scored. So that was a big mistake. But yeah, both teams pounce on mistakes, and if you make a mistake, he better recover quickly. And we saw that once tonight where Connor McDavid made the mistake in the offensive zone. And guess what? He's the first guy back, breaking it up back in the defensive zone on Duchesne.
How about that net drive by Holloway? Looked like Glenn Anderson.
It did, although Glenn Anderson probably would have had a knee up, an elbow, a stick. He would have made sure that the goaltender had no equipment left at the end of it. But we're seeing more and more about what Dylan Holloway is capable of doing. He's got great speed. He's a big, strong man. An example for other players on the Oilers. That's the way you want to take the puck to the net, and it just created chaos. So it was a nice play by Holloway, a good period. And again, we've talked about it a ton of times. When a team dominates and isn't rewarded, there's always a little bit of fear going into the next period, because the Oilers should be up in this game. This was a period that they were the better team by a long margin. I would imagine you will see a much better Dallas Star team in the second period, and the Oilers better be prepared for it, and they're going to need Stuart Skinner to make a couple of big saves, and he did at the end of the period. He got lucky on one. He was guessing pass. It was shot, but he still got his body in the way. But look for Stuart Skinner to try to match some of the big saves that Ottinger gave, because Ottinger gave the Dallas Stars a chance to stay in this game.
I asked you last game about Leon Draisaitl using the lighter on his stick on the bench. He was asked about it this morning. Here's the answer.
Yeah, I do quite a bit. I don't know. It's just the grip tape. When it gets fluffy or whatever, I don't like that. I'm a little OCD when it comes to that. So just like it very clean.
And this training staff carries a lighter for various purposes?
Yeah, I carry one, not on the ice, obviously, but in my stall. But yeah, the guys have one ready for me at all times.
All right, he doesn't like that fluffy look on this stick, Rob. So there you go.
Well, there's players that are like that. They're very. Everything's got to be perfect. And I've played with guys, and my sticks, I'd never retaped a stick. I'd play until I broke it. So guys are different animals, and you do what you feel best with. And if that means pulling out a Bic lighter for Leon to light up his stick at the beginning of a period, you as a trainer are going to make sure that is lit for him.
All right, Ben and Brown. Hey, that's your son's name, isn't it?
That is my son, Ben Brown. That is a good omen tonight for the Edmonton Oilers.
Ben and Brown, the goal scorers. It's 1-1 after the first period. Fort Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Blue-collar work deserves big dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit HeavyMetalEquipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Hey Hey parents, do you work in downtown Edmonton? Childcare is hard to find, but at Kepler Academy, inside Sun Life Place, we still have some space for children 12 months to 6 years old. Located at 101 23 Hull Street, Kepler Academy Sun Life Place is an award-winning early learning and childcare provider, voted Edmonton's top choice for 4 years in a row. Visit KeplerAcademy.ca. Mention this ad and your registration fees will be waived.
Look, I know this is radio, so it's hard to show you how much is on sale during the Big One clearance event at End of the Row Flooring Centers, but it's a lot. Like this flooring, or this one, and all these. Yep, all at clearance pricing for a limited time. Now, you don't need to just imagine what it would look like, though. You can use our visualizer at endoftheroll.com to upload a picture of your room to see the flooring in your actual home. Try it. Find something you love, then get a great deal on it at the Big One clearance event on now at End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
With Global News, I'm Thomas Dias. Hundreds of people were attracted to a rally outside the Alberta legislature today called, quote, Enough is Enough, UCP. Protest Speaker David Gray says they're looking to turn up the heat on what they view as an incompetent government introducing bills and policies driven by its ideology.
The only way to change the behavior of a sitting government that has a majority is heat. And heat can come in many forms, but a big vocal demonstration like this is a really good one.
UCP Chief Government Whip Shane Getson says anyone with concerns about the government is free to reach out to any of the UCP MLAs through their constituency offices. Experts in healthcare and climate adaptation are calling on Canada to disaster-proof its hospitals amid the rise in extreme weather events like fires, floods, and heat waves. And a new internal report from the Canada Border Services Agency is calling for better training and additional information processing tools to help its intelligence program do a better job fighting firearms smuggling and human trafficking. News on demand at 630ched.com.
As the excitement heats up on the ice, why not heat things up at home too with Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. There's no better pairing for hockey than hot, delicious pizza delivered right to your door. So whether you're cheering from the arena or your living room, make sure you've got Pizza 73 on your team. Order now and fuel your playoff passion with the perfect pie. Remember, on game nights, don't just watch, deliver with Pizza 73.
Ready to score big on your outdoor space? It's game time with Park Landscaping. Transform your backyard into a winning arena with Park Landscaping's expert team. From design to maintenance of lush lawns and state-of-the-art synthetic turf to inviting pools and captivating water features, Park Landscaping will make your outdoor space the MVP. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the game with Park Landscaping. Call 780-486-2744 today or email info@parklandscaping.ca.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oiler fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
The Intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Preseason game at Commonwealth this afternoon. Saskatchewan beating the Elks 28-27. As we check the scoreboard for Pizza 73, official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers World Hockey Championship semifinal. Canada loses in a shootout 3-2 to Switzerland. They'll play Sweden for bronze. Memorial Cup, London beats Drummondville 4-0. Detroit beats the Blue Jays 2-1. Oilers and Stars 1-1 heading to the second period with Jack and Bob. Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
The Intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 50 member hotels to choose from offering their best value rates. edmontonsbesthotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions take one for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. Are you ready, guys?
We were born ready. Heck yes, Nuge. Drop the beat. Call Legacy. Call Legacy. We freaking killed it, Nuge. That's what I'm talking about, Zachary Martin Hyman.
Nice guys. We're going to sell a lot of air conditioners.
Hey, doesn't Legacy offer no payments and no interest for a year on those?
Yeah, well, thanks for the assist on the copy points there, Nuge.
It's just what I do.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through EdmontonsBestHotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 50 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. EdmontonsBestHotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
We return to Dallas, and the American Airlines Center shot 16-4 through the opening 20 minutes. Jamie Benn, though, opened the scoring for Dallas. With one of those 4 shots, Edmonton came roaring back 44 seconds later, and the line that accounted for the game-tying goal is on the ice to start the second period. Carrick, Janmark, and Connor Brown, and off the face-off, it's sent in deep into the Dallas zone. Stars Mason Marchman with a good play to avoid icing as he lunged for a puck that was behind him down the left wing and deflected it in the waiting arms of Stuart Skinner. There'll be a face-off in the Edmonton zone 14 seconds into this second period. Ceci and Fogle with the helpers on the Connor Brown goal. His first in the playoffs in 6 years and the 5th that he scored this season. You include his 4 in the regular campaign. Off the draw, sent up the left-hand side. Haskin and that puck exited the zone. Tagging back up is Pavelski, and he pursues Darnell Nurse. Caught him with a glancing blow, and Nurse ushered it on to Vinny Desharnais. Swung a pass to Brown, and he'll lob it cross ice, and Sam Carrick. Little change of pace and a good move on Haskin, but coming over to help out was Thomas Harley to extract the puck. Evander Kane will keep Dallas bottled up, however. He's been around it throughout tonight's game, and a clear by Marchment through Kane forces Cody Ceci to go cross ice. Intercepted. Duchesne snapshot, and a glove save made by Stuart Skinner. Ceci with a turnover in the neutral zone, and Matt Duchesne, 33 years of age, coming thundering down the seam, only to be denied by the glove hand of Stuart Skinner.
Don't beat yourself. No need to make a more difficult play. Draisaitl had a good opening period in the face-off circle.
The Oilers 110 of 17 draws. There he won it, Bob, but Edmonton didn't get possession off the win, and now a shot from a point had to be kicked out against Lindell by Skinner. Rebound, Stankoven, quick snapshot, Johnston, another save, and then a backhander off the post. Wyatt Johnston, 2 point-blank looks. Here's Lindell. He'll steer it back down low. Kulak after the puck. Jamie Benn crowds him. Waiting is Stankoven to take over. Benn trying to force it down low. Chop to the ice. Crowd wanted a call, none forthcoming. Johnston pulled over. He had 2 point-blank looks. Stankoven fires off the side of the net. Wyatt Johnston on the rebound for Dallas. Slips a pass out to Chris Tanev. He'll turn and dump it back into the corner for Stankoven. Back to Chris Tanev. He waits, and he'll wrist one down deep. That's brushed away. Oilers in the corner, reaching for it. Tanev flipped it down low. Another good rollover by the Stars. Dodonov and Sagan have come on. They'll keep Edmonton pinned between the circles. And finally, Evander Kane wasted a chance to get it out and then got bailed out when Draisaitl poked it away from Tyler Sagan. Now Kane left wing, and his shot deflected up and out of play by Esa Lindell. 2 1/4 gone by in this second period, but that was a dominant 90 seconds turned in for Dallas for the first
first time the night sustained attacking zone pressure.
Well, the game in Dallas here, Jack, in early April where the Stars won 5-0, Draisaitl's line got destroyed in that game by Wyatt Johnson, Logan Stankoven, and Jamie Benn. And that's the matchup right now that Pete DeBoer has when those guys are on the ice.
Johnston hitting the crossbar on a backhander over Stuart Skinner. And by that much, Edmonton maintains a 1-1 tie instead of falling behind for the second time in this game. Heiskanen off the draw to Dadonov. Loose puck at center. And ahead of Harley is McDavid. Off to Nugent-Hopkins. And now Connor McDavid charging in. Entered the night second in the league in scoring behind his teammate Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl 25 points, McDavid 23. Rolls from behind the net. Backhand pass blindly intended for Nugent-Hopkins, taken away and cleared by Dadonov. No, Sagan did not get it out. Nugent-Hopkins down low. Hyman tripped up by Ottinger. The puck squirts free, and it's picked up by Sagan. This time he'll make certain of a clear inside the Oiler blue line. Lunging is Ekholm to put it on Nugent-Hopkins tape, and meanwhile, Ottinger has a problem with his mask, so play is whistled down with 3 minutes having elapsed in this second period. Hyman bowls over Ottinger. The puck never really directed on net. Hyman kind of backed his way in. Ottinger and the Stars collapsed.
Well, what are we talking about? Put the puck in the net. Got to shoot. Can't pass it into the net. And a good read by Ottinger.
McLeod against Dellandrea wins the faceoff for Dallas. Petrovic to Suter, bumped in from center ice. Skinner out to play it against Dellandrea. Craig Smith tried to sneak one inside. That's picked off, and Nurse ahead for Fogle. Not much touch on that pass, so Ottinger ends up playing it for Dallas. Petrovic up the middle. Dellandrea sends it across. Desharnais ahead of Sam Steele. Angled right back through the middle, and eventually fired in by Fogle. In on the forecheck, Ryan McLeod. He has only been on the score sheet in 2 of his last 28 games. Here's Dellandrea carrying it up the left-hand side after the Oiler threat dies.
Not sure why.
Back behind the Edmonton net.
Sorry, Jack. Not sure why we got Nurse and Ekholm together.
Nurse brings it through the middle. He'll shovel it in. That's going to be picked up by Chris Tanev. Looking up the right-hand side. Snatched away and fired back in by Janmark. Now you've got Ottinger playing it up the left-hand side. Dashing onto the ice is Kulak. Kind of a tough change there. Kulak and Bouchard out for right now for Edmonton. Here's Matt Duchene on the puck. Pressure from Bouchard. Off the board. Sent down low by Lindell. That's going to be taken over by Kulak. Did not get out of the zone. It popped free. Dallas able to maintain the zone, and it's whistled back behind the net by Pavelski. Skinner will leave it for Bouchard. Lead pass on target. Left wing. Matthias Janmark hits a man in the middle, but Holloway could not control it. Put it behind the net. Lindell takes over for Dallas. Stars left to right through center ice. Nearly 5 minutes gone by here in the second period. Still tied at 1. Oilers lead the best of 7. West final 1-0. Game 3 will be Monday night in Edmonton, and we'll have it for you live at 7:30 right here on the Oilers Radio Network. Game 4 Wednesday night at 7:30. Draisaitl to the point. Cody Ceci, wrist shot. Kind of sent it down low for Evander Kane. Checked by Lindell. Is able to get through him. And now feed Draisaitl. Coming off the right half boards. Cody Ceci, high slot drive. And that was deflected up and out of play with 14:39 to go in this second period. In game 2, still tied up at 1. First period scoring. Jamie Benn, 3.5 minutes in. Answered 44 seconds later by Connor Brown of Edmonton.
Dallas has had a good start to this period, Jack. They've won some puck battles in the Oilers' offensive zone. Created a couple opportunities, and the Oilers haven't been able to get any pucks on the net when they've had their own possession time.
And yet, the Stars still only have 2 shots against Stuart Skinner. Edmonton has been extremely stingy in that regard throughout tonight's game. McDavid, a clean face-off win, belted wide by Ekholm, who's reunited with Bouchard on this pair with a McDavid, Nugent-Hopkins, and Hyman line out. Nugent-Hopkins picks up a Dallas clear in the neutral zone and backhands it in deep. Chris Tanev up the right-hand side. McDavid knocked it down. Hyman between circles shoots, and that was wide. Rebound picked up by Tanev. Good look there. And Hyman, who had 54 during the regular season and 12 more in the playoffs, couldn't hit the net. Stars, Stankovic forces it through the middle of the ice. Jamie Benn in over the line, waits, tries to backhand it down low, gets Wyatt Johnston in front, drag move. What a save, Skinner! He stopped Dadonov stone cold. Dadonov tried to drag it through him, and Skinner was having none of it. Ekholm took it away from Wyatt Johnston and forced it back through the middle. Shot in by Petrovic. Bouchard a little casual with that clearing attempt. Robertson to Dadonov. He'll send it back down low. Robertson breaking loose. Right circle. Looking, dishing, firing Petrovic. And that stop was made by Stuart Skinner. Petrovic, or rather Petrovic, as he likes to be known now.
He switched twice.
Last goal, April of 2018. Here's an outlet after an Edmonton clear. Sagan to Dadonov. Stutter stepping his way in from the right-hand side. Sharp angle shot. Saves Skinner. Rebound loose under the prostrate Tyler Sagan. And then Robertson tried to pluck it out from underneath his fallen teammate and create a scoring chance. Skinner's got the puck. 13:08 left in the second period.
Got a penalty to Edmonton. It's at least 2 and possibly 4.
Referees Jean Hebert and Garrett Rank will confer here before making the call. We'll send you to break with the penalty call. There's a lengthy discussion here, and we're going to have to bail. We'll sort it out and come back. No, Jean Hebert's got it for you. Come on, John.
25 minor penalty interference.
It's interference against Darnell Nurse. First power play of the game for Dallas on deck. This is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey with Game 2 tied at 1 on the Oilers Radio Network.
The Brick and the Edmonton Oilers both started right here in Edmonton back in the 70s. And we know nothing is more exciting than playoff hockey. We're next to you in the stands, painted blue and orange, cheering our hearts out. And when we're not there, we're in our stores, making sure you have everything you need to cheer them on in your home. We're proud of this city and its rich sports history. The Brick, supporting the Edmonton Oilers and fans right from the beginning. Let's go, Oilers.
Live sky high with remarkable units for rent and for sale at Sky Signature Suites. Currently offering amazing incentives on 1- and 2-bedroom rentals featuring designer finishes, resort-like amenities, and breathtaking views. All of this and more within the heart of Ice District, Edmonton's best address for shopping, dining, entertainment, and fun. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
Face-off left side of Stuart Skinner just made a fantastic stop on Evgeny Dadonov. A face-off win for Tyler Sagan. And the Stars' power play starts with offensive zone time. Nugent Hopkins and Derek Ryan pursue up top. Johnston shot to the middle of the ice, and that was deflected away by Stuart Skinner to Ekholm, and then a hard rim by Desharnais. He got it through. A desperation attempt to hold on by Jason Robertson. Stars' power play. In the postseason, 25%, but 0 for 5 the other night, including the 4-minute double minor in overtime. Robertson in from the right-hand side, wrapped up with Ryan McLeod, challenged by Fogle. Here's Heiskanen, left circle, wrist shot, fought off by Skinner against Jamie Benn. Rebound to McLeod, takes a peek, turns, launches it down the middle, batted down by Benn, shot deflected, came back to Benn, swing and a miss by Robertson. Heiskanen high slot, Johnston right circle, inside, Robertson gives it up, and Benn could not get a shot away. He was tied up with McLeod. He and Fogle come up ice. Ryan McLeod, a long shot that's guided to the corner by Ottinger. Talked to McLeod and Fogle today about the penalty kill, which has been fantastic, better than 92%. Third best all time in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and they said, hey, short shifts, get off. Clear the puck, get off the ice.
Mason Marchment heading for the net left wing. Turned it back the other way. Connor Brown will chip it past Harley. And Dallas's power play down to 25 seconds. The Nap Auto Parts penalty kill, 37 for 40. Entering tonight's play, including 19 in a row. A chip and charge Stankoven hung up, and then the Oilers fire it out of play. It was tipped. The crowd thinks it's delay of game, but no. And merely a face-off to the left of Stuart Skinner, with the Stars' power play time having dwindled to just 16 seconds.
Well, Thomas Harley just got enough of the Oilers' Connor Brown, because he might have been off to the races if he'd been able to poke the puck past him.
Dallas didn't protest. Marchment got over late and stuck that stick in on Connor Brown. Pavelski against Leon Draisaitl on the PK. He's out with Nugent Hopkins. Nurse poised to come out. Draisaitl won the face-off. Kulak did not get it out, however. So the Stars, Duchesne to the middle of the ice. Wrist shot, blocker save made by Skinner. Brilliantly done. And now Nugent Hopkins to Draisaitl. He's away with Cody Ceci. Draisaitl right circle. Poke checked away. And Pavelski will send it up to Mason Marchment. Darnell Nurse has come back out onto the ice. A centering pass floats through traffic untouched. And it's Pavelski trying to force it down low. Harley pinching in. Nurse sends it ahead. And McDavid is on the ice. Defended by Heiskanen and forced to the far corner. Good work by Heiskanen and a clear for the Stars. Pavelski turns, locates Matt Duchesne over the line left to right. Checked by Bouchard, and then the puck slammed down low with 10.5 to go in the second period. Game 2 tied at 1. Lead pass Bouchard to Hyman. Exploded off his stick, laid off by Lindell to Chris Tanev, and brought up the right-hand side by Craig Smith. Draisaitl gives it up for Ekholm. McDavid cross-ice to Bouchard, and he'll backhand it in. So the Oilers going with McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman, fresh off the successful penalty kill. 20 in a row right now for Edmonton. Evander Kane has come onto the ice to replace Draisaitl. He'll send it in deep. McDavid and Hyman in hot pursuit, but Craig Smith, the wily veteran, now in his 13th year, with a clear up the right-hand side. It's fired down the middle. Ottinger, with McLeod bearing down on him, will fall on it, and then a little cross-check on McLeod late, coming from Ryan Suter, and now players on both teams will be separated. Petrovic in the mix there with Zach Hyman. Alex Petrovic, an unlikely note for him. He is one of the two combatants that fought 3 times in the same game. It's only happened 6 times in NHL history. Petrovic fought Evander Kane 3 times in the same game. And as much as Bob would like to pretend it's far too frequent, it's only happened 5 other times.
That's crazy, and he took a couple bombs.
So the Oilers prepare for an offensive zone draw here.
Northside guy challenging. Played for the Red Deer Rebels.
Ron Hebert asking for clarification. McLeod set to take this draw between Kane and Holloway.
Oilers with just 1 shot on goal, Jack, in the first 10 minutes of this period. At least we think there's 1 shot on goal.
McLeod wins the face-off. Rushed back. Darnell Nurse, sharp angle shot. Gloved by Ottinger. There's 2. And with 9:50 to go, a face-off to the right of the Dallas goal. And now with Ottinger having controlled a shot from his own zone, we can take the timeout. The Oilers have been outshot 6-2 in the second period, but no damage inflicted on either side. And we return to the American Airlines Center, a cavernous facility holding more than 18,500 for hockey, and home to Game 2 of the West Final, right here, the Oilers Radio Network.
International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 955, is one of Alberta's largest and most diverse union locals in the province. Members work in everything from construction and maintenance to pipelines, renewables, healthcare, education, municipalities, and more. They are a big part of Alberta's past and will be a big part of Alberta's future. Apprenticeship, jobs, pension. That's IUOE Local 955. Visit joinustoday.ca to learn more, and let's go Oilers!
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Look, I know this is radio, so it's hard to show you how much is on sale during the Big One clearance event at End of the Row Flooring Centers, but it's a lot. Like this flooring, or this one, and all these. Yep, all at clearance pricing for a limited time. Now, you don't need to just imagine what it would look like, though. You can use our visualizer at endoftheroll.com to upload a picture of your room to see the flooring in your actual home. Try it. Find something you love, then get a great deal on it at the Big One clearance event on now at End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
50-50 jackpot currently sitting at $1.43 million. You've got about a minute to get in on an Oilers home opener package. It's part of our early bird prizing. If you don't get it in time, don't worry, $15,000 cash. You got another half hour to get involved in that. Off the draw in the Dallas zone, the Stars guilty of an icing call down the right wing boards. Tonight's Oilers playoff 50-50 support of Make-A-Wish Canada, the YMCA of Northern Alberta, and of course the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation. A face-off coming back in the Dallas zone to the right of Jake Ottinger. Our score in Game 2 of this best-of-7 Western Conference final is 1-1. The Oilers having won Game 1 in double overtime Thursday night. Connor McDavid, the game winner. Oilers never trailed in that game. We're up 2-0 at one point. Draisaitl wins the face-off against Tyler Seguin. In fact, they've only been behind for 44 seconds in this series. McDavid to Draisaitl. Beautiful move around Seguin. Quick shot fought off by Ottinger. Rebound. Draisaitl tried to tuck it in front. So Draisaitl and McDavid following the television timeout. And they've got some pressure working with Evander Kane. Pitchforked out of there by Jason Robertson. And I think that's a reward for Kane being around it for much of tonight's game, at least in the first 30 minutes. Kane will give it up. McDavid. Bouchard, that pass was off target from Connor McDavid, and we've seen that on 4 or 5 occasions tonight. Bouchard couldn't pull the trigger. A hard hit on Wyatt Johnston by Kane, and he's able to muscle it ahead for McDavid, who skates into it, grabs the puck on his backhand. Beautiful look, and that time the pass on target, but Kane could not get the shot away. Double teamed by Suter and Jamie Benn.
Just a little off in the twitch there.
Heiskanen at center ice. Well, that time, McDavid, a beautiful feed. Kane couldn't pull the trigger. Here's Jamie Benn hustling in from the right-hand side, tripped up by Ekholm. Now Stankoven was blasted by Desharnais, who might have caught him with an elbow. It went undetected. Stankoven back on it. Came back into Desharnais, and then he got freight trained by Jamie Benn. The captain stepping up for the smaller Stankoven, and now Foegele is able to pry it loose from Stankoven, and he'll shoot it in from center ice. Deflected high into the far corner, and a late offside call will be whistled against Edmonton with 8:11 to go in the second period. And Game 2 of this West Final tied at 1. Yeah, Desharnais did catch Stankoven with an elbow, but when you're 6'7" and playing a guy a foot shorter, that's going to happen occasionally.
Yep. No harm, no foul, and then Ben does what Ben does, comes in and plays a bully game, and I say that in the most affectionate fashion. I mean, he's been a terrific player for a long time.
Oilers have a record of 22-3 in Stanley Cup playoff series when they get Game 1. 22-3. And they're 14-1 when they go up 2-0 in a best-of-7. The only loss 2017 off the draw. Sam Carrick gives it up. Brown, his shot on net, and a save made by Ottinger, who held it just long enough. Right off the neutral zone face-off. Carrick and Brown able to create, and quite frankly, if Carrick's pass is a little more on target, the scoring chance might have even been better.
I might argue to you that Carrick's just got to put the puck in the net. He's already got Janmark in front of the goal there. Oilers with a good look.
Connor Brown, good work just to get it on net. And now another face-off to Ottinger's right-hand side. That fourth line has been good tonight. Chris Knobloch led off the second period with him. McDavid won a face-off. Bouchard, a shot tipped, and that wobbled just wide of the net. Hyman threw his man into the corner. Dallas able to clear. Edmonton tags back up. There's a shattered stick on the ice. Bouchard lost the handle. Pavelski to Duchesne in over the line. Quick shot, Archman, and he blistered that one wide. Good look from the slot. Duchesne on the rebound. Pavelski, sharp angle. Off the stick of Stuart Skinner. Rebound out to Esa Lindell. Long shot. Tipped just wide. Trying to anchor himself down low was Duchesne. Here's Chris Tanev around the end boards, lunging for it. Esa Lindell. He'll put it high up on the plexi. And that's jabbed at by Nugent Hopkins and back to center ice. Chris Tanev giving ground against Nugent Hopkins. Locates Matt Duchesne. In over the line. That clipped off the ankle of Nugent Hopkins. Whiffed on initially by Bouchard. Now he tries the right-hand side. And Hyman will be cut off at the Dallas blue line. Ty Dellandrea for the Stars. He'll chip it softly behind the net. Sam Steele after it. Wrapped up with Bouchard with 6:52 to go in this second period. Here's a centering pass. And that was fired wide by Craig Smith. Good setup from Dellandrea. Now Smith turns and fires again. Skinner made the save on the rebound. Dellandrea watches as Sam Steele moved it out to the point, and Alex Petrovic couldn't come up with it. Recovered and whipped it up the right-hand side. Steele fighting the puck this time, and Janmark takes advantage, and it's golfed back in by Carrick. Handled by Ottinger. Harley one-hands it up the wall. It did not exit the zone. Hyman comes in on the forecheck, but had it stripped and cleared from behind by Dellandrea. Kulak finds Connor Brown. It's wristed down deep. Ottinger knocked it down and eventually fed it along to Petrovic, guided out safely. Smith left it in the neutral zone. Dellandrea shoots from distance, and a save made by Skinner on a shot that traveled nearly 100 feet. Here's Evander Kane to the red line, and he'll punch one in deep. Ryan Suter gathers. Heiskanen flipped it up the glass. Draisaitl could not hold the zone. Johnston ahead. Sagan whiffs, shoots, towed aside by Skinner. Rebound Darnell Nurse to Evander Kane. 5.5 to go in the second period. Kane, did he put too much on it? Wow. He did, as Suter got back just in time to create icing against Dylan Holloway with 5:32 to go in the second period. And game 2 still tied at 1. The shots in this period, 8-4 for Dallas, and a great look a little bit into the feet of Craig Smith on the setup from Dellandrea.
Draisaitl at the blue line there has got to get his body in front of the puck. He's got such a great stick. He thought he could knock it down. He didn't. And they ended up getting a chance going the other way.
There's the Cece up the right-hand side. Craig Smith, a 5-time 20-goal scorer. On Dallas's fourth line, and occasionally a healthy scratch this year. Chipped off the glass and out by Heiskanen. Nurse wires it back into the Dallas zone. Suter taken against the boards by Holloway. And then Evander Kane just skated right through Suter to force it down low for Heiskanen. Off to Dadonov, and Dallas left to right through the neutral zone. Sagan gives it up, gets it back. Couldn't beat Skinner. Rebound, and another save. Stuart Skinner on Robertson, who does not have a goal in his last 9 games. Sagan to Stankovic, checked by Derek Ryan, and Leon Draisaitl will twist it back inside the Dallas line. The last 2 years, that was in the net for Robertson.
That line of Draisaitl, Holloway, and Kane, they got to manage the puck in the ice a little bit better, Doc.
Lifted back in by Wyatt Johnston, blasted around the boards by Ekholm. Tanev threw it into the slot. Bouchard sent it ahead for McLeod. He'll shovel it in from the red line. Fogle in on the forecheck. McLeod put it into Fogel's feet, got it back, set up Bouchard, faked the slap shot right around Johnston, lets it fly. That missed high blocker came off the glass to Ekholm. Top of the left circle, Fogle heading for the net, shoots, and a save made. Fogle has not scored since an empty netter to lead off the playoffs. Game 1 win against LA. Here's Fogle. Gives it up for Bouchard. Right half boards. A shot. That was tipped. And Dallas with a chance to clear. And Jamie Benn does exactly that with less than 4 minutes to play in the second period. Benn opened the scoring. Brown answered 44 seconds later. Here's a lead pass to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Right wing attacking zone. Zach Hyman did not pull the trigger. Pressure from Harley. Gets a shot away. Easily sent to the corner by Ottinger. And it's one and done for Edmonton. Essa Lindell up the left-hand side. Too much on it for Marchment. Icing call against Dallas with 3:32 to go in this second period. And the Oilers and Stars still tied at 1. Edmonton trying to go up 2-0, heading back to home ice for games 3 and 4 Monday and Wednesday night, 7:30 at Rogers Place. And Chris Knobloch sensing an opportunity here. Following the icing call, gets McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman back out with Ekholm and Bouchard. These are the 5 that have provided so much of the offense throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs, and quite frankly, for much of the year. A clear. Bouchard had it knocked away and back to center ice. Ekholm to the red line. He'll shoot it over the outstretched Ottinger. Sent up the left-hand side by Lindell. Knocked down by Bouchard. Again, it's a long change, so Dallas has some tired folks out there having taken an icing call. McDavid able to protect the puck down low and keep Dallas bottled up. Here's a chance for the Stars to clear. Pavelski did not get it done. Draisaitl on his backhand. Shakes free. One-timer ripped by Bouchard. Only to see it deflect off a stick and fly out of play. And that's a huge break for the Stars because, of course, the whistle means Dallas can change it up. 2:57 to play in period 2, and we will take time out from the American Airlines Center. This is the Western Conference Final and the Stanley Cup playoffs live from Dallas on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm proud to call myself an Albertan. You know, after years of touring this great province in my Ford F-150, I've learned the value of driving a tough, capable, smart truck. Whether you're working for the weekend or long-hauling it like I am, there's an F-150 for every Albertan, with plenty of options to choose from, like available Pro Power on board. So if you're looking for a new truck, stop by your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
McDavid trying to come in with speed. Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores!
Hey, Rogers customers and hockey fans. Rogers wants you to win big this Stanley Cup playoffs.
Connor McDavid! Fantastic!
You could win a VIP trip to the Stanley Cup final, plus hundreds of prizes, courtesy of Rogers Beyond the Sea. For your chance to win, visit Rogers.com/Stanley Cup. That's Rogers.com/Stanley Cup.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
You're listening to Oilers Hockey on 630 CHED and on the Radio Player Canada app.
Back in our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth high atop the American Airlines Center, capacity 18,500. The Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers knotted at 1-1. Late second period faceoff coming in the Dallas zone. The North American Sporting Elite gathered here at the American Airlines Center. PGA runner-up and former U.S. Open champion Bryson DeChambeau here, along with longtime excellent pitcher Cole Hamels. Pitched for the Rangers as well as the Philadelphia Phillies. I believe he won a World Series in Philadelphia.
He did.
Sent in deep by Carrick. Here's Ottinger off to Ryan Suter, backhanded off the glass, and that'll bound inside the Edmonton blue line. Cody Ceci back to pick it up for Edmonton. He assisted on the Connor Brown equalizer early in this first period. Early in the first period. Janmark driving in right-hand side. We're late in the second. Backhand wraparound save made by a splayed-out Ottinger. And now you've got Janmark trying that wraparound again, and that one off the side of the net.
So Yanmar clearly reading the scouting report on Ottinger. Craig Smith comes up with a puck in the high slot, and he'll clear for the Dallas Stars as we approach 2 minutes to play in the second period of Game 2 of this West Final. The Oilers trying to take a 2-0 lead. We're tied at 1. Draisaitl chipping and charging with Evander Kane up the right-hand side. Cleared out by Dadonov. Nurse to Vinny Desharnais. He'll snap it in from center. Ottinger to control the puck for the Dallas Stars, who then lift down the middle. Dadonov looking for the home run. Nurse wouldn't let him have it. Deflected it away, and then Dadonov ducked out of a hit from Dylan Holloway, and it's sent out to Miro Heiskanen. Up to Jason Robertson at center. He's had a tough time scoring goals in the playoffs, even though the point production has been there. The Oilers force it down low, and it's Ottinger guiding the Suter, and once again the puck exits the zone. Snap cross ice by Draisaitl to Nurse. Doesn't feel like there's a play there. Backs off into his own end. Draisaitl, meanwhile, lingers in front of his own bench. Desharnais will give it to Draisaitl, who kicked it out in the slot. Overrunning the play was Holloway, but it's poke-checked away from Sagan by Nurse, stymieing the attack momentarily. Now Stankoven races in. 3 Oilers collapse on him in the third. Connor McDavid brings it up ice with a minute to go in the second period. McDavid building speed. Kane, a shot blocked, rebound, and a save made. Jake Ottinger on Evander Kane. Up the right-hand side, Ekholm holds the puck in for now. McDavid playing with Nugent Hopkins and Hyman now, who has replaced Kane. Dallas forces it up the left-hand side. Stankoven at center to the middle of the ice. Ben stepping up Lindell. Tic-tac-toe. Shot. Johnston. Rebound. Ben couldn't get there. The Oilers will bring it the other way. Nugent Hopkins with 30 seconds to go. Puts the brakes on. Left circle. Attack zone. Sets it up. Ekholm a drive. A save made by Ottinger. And trying to plow his way through with Zach Hyman. And the Stars will take exception of that with 23 seconds remaining in the period. And Edmonton still in a 1-1 tie with Dallas in Game 2. Good chances at both ends.
You said it. Scouting report. Hard to the post for Ottinger. Great net drive by Janmark, and he tried the wraparound, and then Ekholm right at the end got a shot to the net, and Ottinger fought it off with a net front presence from Zach Hyman.
That was more than a presence. He looked like he was running an obstacle course, training for the military, getting underneath those ropes.
Well, they had a couple guys on him. You got an ozone draw here, Jack. 23 seconds left in the period. There's one thing that definitely needs to happen for Edmonton. Get a shot to the net and do not give any transition opportunities here late in the period. Oilers are going to have Fogle out with McDavid and Draisaitl.
Ekholm and Bouchard defensively, a face-off. Ottinger's right-hand side. Draisaitl won the draw, but we're going to do it again. Linesman Johnny Murray and Shandor Alfonso. It was Alfonso who calls for a redo. And the draw to the right of Ottinger. 39 years of age, Joe Pavelski. He'll turn 40 this summer. Lining up against Connor McDavid, who's had a good night in the circle. But this time, Pavelski wins it. Lindell up the left-hand side. Marchment got it up to Pavelski, lost the puck at his feet, then recovered and backhanded it out toward the blue line. Here's Ekholm charging up to center, wires it in. Ottinger waits and then covers with 5.6 to go in the period.
But you get another ozone draw by attacking the net there.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ottinger just didn't swing that puck into the corner.
100%, because if you get a clean one, you never know.
Looks like Draisaitl will take it against Joe Pavelski. Tie up off the draw. Heiskanen to Lindell, up to Marchment, and he's just going to freeze the puck as Fogle comes in and catches him, and Marchment bluffing a cross-check. No harm, no foul, and the teams reluctantly head to their respective dressing rooms after a scoreless second period. Leaves the game tied at 1 through 40 minutes of play. Again, the only goals in this game came about 4 minutes in. Ben at 3:39 from Johnson and Heiskanen, and the Oilers able to answer on the next shift. Brown, 44 seconds later, following up a tip from Ceci and scoring on the rebound. Warren Fogle, a second assist with his first point in the Stanley Cup playoffs playoffs since Game 2 against Los Angeles. He had come in on an 11-game dry spell. That assist snaps that and allows us to say Edmonton won, Dallas won, heading to the third.
Yeah, I think both goalies have been really good. I think it's a deceptive 15 shots on goal for the Dallas Stars. If you look at the A-grade scoring opportunities in this game,
it's probably even.
We were probably looking at 7 apiece for both teams. Skinner bounced back, tough first goal, first shot he faces is a 2-on-1, and picked it on him, made a great
And then he got 2 tough ones against Tyler Seguin, and he stopped them both, and it seemed to settle him down.
Absolutely. So this has been a pretty well-played game. And in Edmonton's case, maybe some missed opportunities off of the transition. That's a little bit frustrating, where you're hoping for better chances. They got some desperate players as well. And the Oilers got a little bit lucky. Johnson ringed one off, short side off the post on Stuart Skinner. Johnson, for me, Stankoven and Ben, that's the line that's, he actually hit the post twice. Hit the post in the first shot. Skinner got a piece of it. Then the backhand came in. The Ben line with Stankoven and Johnson has been the most dangerous for the Dallas Stars in this hockey game. And the Oilers, one of their most dangerous lines has been their fourth line. Janmark's had 2 good looks. Brown scored a goal. Carrick and Janmark a chance off a turnover. They played a simple, straightforward game. Go get it in the third period. You're right there. You'll take. If we sat there in the plane as we were flying into Dallas on Wednesday and said, well, you win game 1 in overtime 3-2 and double overtime, you're 1-1 after 2. You'll take that all day. Go get it in the third period.
100%. I mean, again, you sound somewhat surprised. Edmonton's right there. I think while Dallas might have been the analyst pick, Edmonton was a betting favorite for a reason, and that's because I don't think these two teams, there's much separation. I know Dallas.
Well, and you take Rope Hintz out as well for the first 2 games.
100%.
It's a big difference.
But since January 1, Edmonton has been 2 games better than Dallas.
Yeah, and I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. The Stars were the 3rd highest scoring team in the league. Edmonton was the 4th highest scoring team in the league, and they couldn't score for the first 13 games of the season. The Stars were the 8th best defensive team in the league. Edmonton was the 10th best, but again, they were 30th when Chris Knobloch took over.
They were getting shredded.
Right? You take a look. What's the numbers again? 10-plus goal scorers in the lineup for the 2 teams tonight, Jack. How many?
Yeah, Edmonton's a +1 in that regard. The point is, there's depth on both sides. There's explosiveness on both sides, and without Rope Hintz, that's a major weapon that Dallas lacks.
Got to go get it in the third if you're Edmonton.
Oilers won, Stars won through 40 minutes of play. Reed and Rob are next. This is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey and the Western Conference Final, with Edmonton looking to go up 2 games, heading home for 3 and 4 Monday and Wednesday night. They're 20 minutes away. We'll see what happens with period 3. The Oilers Radio Network.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, and breathtaking views. Experience resort-like amenities including a full-time concierge, yoga and fitness studios, golf simulator, plus indoor and outdoor lounges for you to live your best life. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
It's our YEG with 630 Chad.
Step right up and enjoy an array of thrilling acts under the big top as the Royal Canadian International Circus returns to West Edmonton Mall June 6th through the 16th. Tickets at royalcanadiancircus.ca. Then declutter and revitalize your home for summer with extra space from Sentinel Storage. Visit 630ched.com now for your chance to win a $250 Visa gift card courtesy of Sentinel Storage.
For details on these and more events, visit 630ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
In over the line, Waits tries to backhand it down low, gets Wyatt Johnston in front, drag move. What a save, Skinner! He stopped it down off Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stuart Skinner holding the fort as the Stars with a push in the second period, so no goals in the second period. It's still 1-1, Edmonton and Dallas through 2. And that was your look into the highlight zone for Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos, 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and next to the Edmonton International Airport. Jamie Benn and Connor Brown scored 44 seconds apart In the first period, Rob Brown, and you called it, you said, here comes a Dallas push in the second period after they only had 4 shots in the first, and they were on the Oilers early. I mean, it took the Oilers 8 minutes to get a shot of their own in that period. Dallas dominated the early part.
Well, we saw in the first period that Ottinger kept his team in it with a bunch of big saves and unexpected saves. Every time you see a big scramble in front of the net, you think eventually the puck is going to find the back and the red light's going to go on. But Ottinger battled and kept it out. Well, in the second period, it was the same thing except opposite end. Stuart Skinner, a number of big saves. The Dodonov one that you talked about were a great cross-ice pass, and Skinner gets his pad on 2 or 3 good looks in the crease, things that you think, here's trouble, and Skinner continued to battle there. I thought the Oilers got better as the period went on, but yes, I thought Dallas had a push, and Skinner was excellent in that period. So both goaltenders have had really good periods that have kept their team in it. And Reed, I don't know if it can get any better an opportunity for the Oilers. It's simple. You win a period, and you're up 2-0 and halfway to the Stanley Cup Finals. So I'm pretty sure that this would be something that 48 hours ago, if someone said, all right, you're going to be up 1-0, you're a period away from winning and being up 2-0, the Oilers were pretty excited about it. So a fantastic opportunity going into the third period here.
Yeah, and another great game all around to watch. I mean, just great playoff hockey. The Oilers have now killed 20 straight penalties. That Dallas power play, the Oilers have usually been good at clearing pucks, Rob. Dallas kept a couple in. They had a couple of good looks, but the Oilers survive it.
They did. We've seen so many times on the Oilers power play that when a team fails to clear, it usually ends up in the back of their net. And the Dallas Stars twice kept pucks in and created second and third opportunities. I mean, it is unbelievable right now what the Oilers penalty killing has done. Again, this is not a run against the lightweights of the National Hockey League. They're doing this against Vancouver and Dallas, 2 teams that fought for the Western Conference all year long. The penalty killing's been great. And this is an interesting third period because neither power play has got a goal in this game, but neither team wants to make that one mistake and put themselves down because the way both goalies are playing, this seems to be a game that next goal may win, because both goaltenders are completely dialed in. So I would expect this to be as fast-paced, but also as clean as we've seen. I think both teams understand the importance of staying out of the box here with so much on the line.
Shots in that period, 11-8 for Dallas. So the Oilers holding a 24-15 advantage for the game. And Rob, as we've seen as the playoffs went on, that Oilers' fourth line can do some dangerous things. Janmark almost scored on a wraparound, and then they kept the puck alive and had some pretty good pressure.
Well, I've said since game 1 in the LA series that the fourth line of the Oilers has been better than the third line and created more and probably deserved of more ice time. And now you're starting to see where they start rolling lines a bit more, and all of a sudden Connor and Leon and those players have more jump as the game moves on because they're not getting overworked. Yeah, the fourth line's been good. Simple game. The Dallas Stars they are a fast team. They're not a physical team. They're a fast team. But the way to beat them is get in pucks in quick and just force them to make mistakes, work them down low. And I think the fourth line did a really good job. And what I liked about the fourth line and players a little less heralded, like Holloway, taking the puck to the net. We saw Holloway put his shoulder down, go right to the net. We saw in that period, the one you just talked about, Janmark goes behind the net, right to the net. That's what you need to do. The way the goalies are playing, probably going to be an ugly one that's going in the net. You score ugly ones by getting it in the blue paint.
All right, so 1-1 through 2 periods. The other series, the Rangers got an overtime win last night against the Florida Panthers, so that series is 1-1. The Memorial Cup today. How many Memorial Cups did you play in, Rob? Was it 2 or 1?
I played in 2 Memorial Cups, one in Portland and one in Kitchener.
How different was it playing, like you go through all that grind of the playoffs, how different was it playing a tournament format that you're more used to when you would have been in minor hockey probably?
It was a lot more pressure because in a best of 7 or at West, we had the best of 9s. You could have an off day or actually an off couple games and still find your way back into a series. But when you make a mistake or have an off game in a tournament like the Memorial Cup, you don't really have that second chance. So it's on a big stage, and even bigger nowadays with all the TV and the cameras and stuff. But good luck to the Western Hockey League, the Moose Jaw Warriors. It's been a while since we've had it out west.
10 years today, Oil Kings.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That was the last one. They beat Guelph in the final. All right, talk to you after the game, Rob.
Sounds good, Reed.
1-1. Oilers Stars through 2 periods. Game 2 of the West Final. Oilers lead the series 1-0. Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
From your home to the ice rink, ATCO Energy is there. As the official energy provider of Rogers Place, we're also proud partners of the Edmonton Oilers. ATCO Energy, powering your place. Customers are free to purchase natural gas services or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822.
Honey, I overloaded the washing machine and there's a mini waterfall pouring through the basement roof.
We'll fix it. Don't worry, babe.
And I might have horribly shrunk your lucky jersey.
Ouch!
Life happens. Access Insurance can help. The Save of the Game is brought to you by Access Insurance. When Albertans need it most, they know they can count on the Access Insurance team for a huge save. It's easy to switch and save. Check out their Google reviews.
Visit accessinsurancegroup.com.
With Global News, I'm Thomas Dias. The second annual Justice for Lauren Walk started in the sunshine today outside the Kinsman Sports Center as a way of keeping her spirit alive. Lauren Jarvis was found dead in her Westmount home in April 2023 with her downstairs neighbor charged with her murder. Family and friends want the focus to be on Lauren, not how she died.
It's not based just around what happened to her. It's based around who she was and remembering Lauren for the person that she was and the woman that, you know, she could still be if something like this didn't happen.
The walk was also used to help support Edmonton's Victims of Homicide Support Society. And rap star Nicki Minaj had to cancel a gig in Manchester, England tonight after being caught with marijuana pre-rolls in her luggage at the airport in Amsterdam. Dutch police say she was arrested, fined, and eventually allowed to continue on her way. News on demand at 630ched.com.
Until June 8th, make the shift to more savings at Fountain Tire and get up to $200 off a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 or more. Restrictions apply. Financing available. Book online today. I can tell by the look on your face you're thinking about it.
When you play the largest 50-50 in sports, everybody wins. Your support makes all of Oil Country a better place. A place of kindness, caring, and compassion. Uplifting those in need, changing lives forever. The largest 50-50 pot in professional sports is currently growing by the second. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com and help change lives today. Maybe even your own.
AGLC license number 645766.
Straining to find the right home? You're going to love this. For a limited time, get back in the game with a free Oiler Fan Cave basement by Coventry Homes. This playoff package includes a free basement, plus an exclusive Oiler Fan Cave, complete with their signature customizable designs and top shelf finishes at no additional cost. Because flexibility is within reach. Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
Until June 8th, make the shift to more savings at Fountain Tire and get up to $200 off a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 or more. Restrictions apply. Financing available. Book online today. I can tell by the look on your face you're thinking about it.
At the Intermission, brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
I'm in Rogers Place, the sold-out watch party Rogers Place will host games 3 and 4 of the Western Conference Final. 6:30 starts on Monday and Wednesday. Game 6 could be here as well. Tickets for all 3 Oilers home games of the Western Conference Final on sale now at EdmontonOilers.com. Limited selection of upper and lower bowl seats available for each game. You can also sign up for last-minute ticket alerts by using EdmontonOilers.com/ticket alert. Okay, let's check your scoreboard. It's presented by Pizza 73, official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Game 3 of the NBA Eastern Conference Final tonight. About 3.5 minutes into the second half, Pacers lead the Celtics 75-61. Celtics won the first 2 games on home court. World Hockey Championship today. Canada will play for bronze against Sweden tomorrow. They lost 3-2 in a shootout to Switzerland in the semifinal. At the Memorial Cup, it's London shutting out Drummondville 4-0. At Commonwealth Stadium this afternoon, CFL preseason action. The Elks lose 28-27 to the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And in baseball, the Detroit Tigers over the Toronto Blue Jays 2-1. Ben scored 3:39 into the game. Brown scored 44 seconds later. That's it through 40 minutes. 1-1 Oilers and Stars heading to the third with Jack and Bob. Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
The Intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Chemco is building industry across Canada, and now they're on the lookout for civil and electrical project managers, estimators, and superintendents to join their dedicated team. Why Chemco? Because Chemco cares. They put people first, offering top-tier compensation packages and an unwavering commitment to safety. At Chemco, safety isn't just a priority, it's everybody's business. Ready to be part of a team that truly values you? Visit chemco.com/careers today.
The Brick and the Edmonton Oilers both started right here in Edmonton back in the 70s. And we know nothing is more exciting than playoff hockey. We're next to you in the stands, painted blue and orange, cheering our hearts out. And when we're not there, we're in our stores, making sure you have everything you need to cheer them on in your home. We're proud of this city and its rich sports history. The Brick, supporting the Edmonton Oilers and fans right from the beginning. Let's go, Oilers.
Proudly headquartered in Edmonton, Capital Power is powering change by changing power. Be part of the energy and join Capital Power in cheering on our Edmonton Oilers. From Ice District and across oil country as they chase another championship banner. Visit capitalpower.com to learn about how they're delivering reliable and affordable power for communities today and creating innovative solutions for a clean electricity future.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
We bring you back live for the start of the third period. Jack Michaels, Bob Stauffer with you from our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. It's all in the balance right now. 1-1 our score. Game 2 of the Western Conference Final. Third period underway. Pavelski against McDavid and shoveled in by Miro Heiskanen. The Stars go to work in the offensive zone, right to left. It's chipped down low. Ultimately, the Oilers pull it back to the line, held in by Lindell. He'll swing it around the boards. Pavelski squirts loose. McDavid playing with Nugent-Hopkins and Hyman. Nugent-Hopkins outlet deflected. He might have gotten away with slashing the stick out of Pavelski's hands as he runs in from the left-hand side. Lindell steers safely up the right wing boards for Jason Robertson, and now Duchesne in full flight, taking Ekholm out wide, nudged it toward the net. Skinner could not pull it in. The puck trickles free. Pavelski off an official. That's a good break for Edmonton. Hyman creating a 2-on-1. Here's McDavid from Nugent-Hopkins, and poke checked away at the last moment. McDavid tried to stuff it back inside, and that was deflected away for Thomas Harley. Now, the Stars weaving their way through. It's Harley getting it in deep. Edmonton immediately exits the zone up the left-hand side in front of the Dallas bench, and Kane struggling to stay on side, but Holloway could not do it. Neutral zone face-off upcoming.
Nearly a 2-on-1 for Nugent-Hopkins and McDavid, and Connor was kind of at the end of his shift. Puck kind of was rolling. they're saying that Sportlogic says that the chances off the rush are 5-1 for Edmonton. Doesn't seem like that to me, Jack.
Well, that means if that were true, then Dallas, one of the best rush teams in the NHL, has had exactly one chance through 6.5 periods. Here's a centering pass. One-timer ripped and set up by Draisaitl, missed by Holloway. What a chance for Edmonton coming over the line, and Holloway missed from the high slot. Now Draisaitl steals, heading for the net, and this time shovels it over to Kane, and he can't finish. Tied up with Heiskanen. Ryan Suter comes over, makes a play up the right-hand boards to Tyler Seguin. Snapped ahead for Wyatt Johnston, and it's forced in deep into the Edmonton zone. Dadonov tried to slip underneath the check of Vinny Desharnais. Along the end boards, Draisaitl looked to get it out. Dadonov, who's been knocking on the door in this series, finishes his check on Holloway, but it's lofted back through center. Kane looking to make a mark at the Dallas blue line. Petrovic did not get it in deep, and the Oilers drill it right back into the Dallas zone.
Another great look for Evander Kane. He just couldn't finish.
Essa Lindell up the left-hand side. That looked offside and is whistled as such as Jamie Benn was flying the zone, and Stankoven could not quite get that puck in the offensive zone for him. 2.25 gone by in the third period. The Edmonton Oilers, through 2 periods, out shooting the Dallas Stars by a count of 24-15. They adjusted the shot clock slightly in the second. Stars had 11 as compared to the Oilers' 8. It was Edmonton 16-4 in the first. Now Carrick is waved off the dot in the neutral zone, replaced by Connor Brown, who promptly loses the draw, but it actually trickled through Thomas Harley, so Dallas has to scoop it up in its own end. Lifted by Chris Tanev ahead for Jamie Benn. Trying to get around Cody Ceci, does so. Centering pass goes all the way through to Chris Tanev. He fires through a seam. Stankoven has Skinner down and out. Off the glove. It stays out. Stankoven banked it off the glove of Skinner, and it wouldn't go. Shot by Harley does not make its way through to the Oiler goal, and then Harley failed to control the zone, and Brown took it away. Right circle shot, and he blistered that one high blocker, but over the net. And Jamie Benn carefully up the right-hand side to Ty Dellandrea. He turned it over at the Oiler blue line. Darnell Nurse moves it to Desharnais. He'll shoot it around the boards. Derek Ryan on it for Edmonton. He has not scored a goal since February the 17th. Ryan McLeod forced it back behind. Suter up the right-hand side, and it's cleared by Sam Steele. Now Marchment to the middle of the ice, where McLeod is there to defend Dellandrea. Got it to Darnell Nurse up the right-hand side. Derek Ryan could not get it out. Ryan Suter holds the zone. Dellandrea, Marchment, sharp angle shot, and Skinner was all over that one. Did not leave the near post. Dallas's Suter, shot redirected home, 2-1 for the Stars. Marchment with the deflection, and Dallas has regained the lead early in the third period.
Oilers need to take a page out of the Stars book here, Jack. Desperation from Dallas. They're just putting pucks on goal every chance they get. Marchment with the wide body net front, and he out-dueled Vincent Desharnais in front of the net. And the Stars have the lead. This after Skinner made a couple great saves, and the Oilers escaped to Wyatt Johnson tapping the puck into the empty net. Derek Ryan on the boards got absolutely buried, and Marchment got enough of the deflection, and the Stars make it a 2-1 game for Dallas.
He was the man who took the sharp angle shot to begin with. A live hop off the pads. It went out to Suter, and his floater from the left point redirected home. Marchment, his second goal this postseason and his 9th career Stanley Cup playoff goal. Sent in deep by Matt Duchene. Marchment, career highs of 22 goals and 53 points during the regular season. Here's Bouchard activating and set up by Nugent Hopkins. Hyman could not make a play, and Dallas's Heiskanen lifts back through center. So Dallas, its second lead of the series, trying to make this one last a bit longer than their previous lead, which was all of 44 seconds. Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard, and that sailed high and wide. Hyman kept it alive for Matthias Ekholm. hesitated, moved it down the boards for Heiskanen. He shoveled it. That left the zone, so Edmonton has to tag back up. I'm not sure Hyman realized that. Bouchard walks in right point. He'll try to center, deflect it away, and shovel back the other way, and that'll be an icing call against the Dallas Stars with 15:20 to play in the third period. The Stars able to get a deflection in front of Stuart Skinner.
And Skinner did a real good job in the final 2 games against Vancouver and game 1 here against Dallas, tracking pucks through screens after he got lit up early by the Vancouver Canucks.
Well, that was a tough deflection. 3-0, 923 save percentage over the stretch that Bob's referring to for Stuart Skinner.
Just circle back to the first period, the amount of chances. And Evander Kane's got 4 shots on goal. He's had 8 shot attempts. At least 2 of them he pool cued and didn't get anything on him.
Draisaitl waved out of the circle here. Sagan wins the draw from Kane. Draisaitl twists it back. Kulak will wind it along. Draisaitl shot by Heiskanen, one-timer, and Kane got all that one, but a save made by Ottinger. Rebound scooped over to Craig Smith. He'll send it off the glass quickly. Tyler Sagan off balance. Managed to get it inside the Edmonton blue line. CC to Kulak. Whistled up the left-hand side to Evander Kane. Oh, a huge open ice hit. Smith drilling Dylan Holloway, who bounces right back up. Back on the puck. Feeds it to Kane. Now Draisaitl. Spin move on Craig Smith, who just belted Holloway. Darnell Nurse heads around. Johnson backdoor. And Kane whacked it off the side of the net. What a chance. Draisaitl with a good step up. Briefly held the puck in the zone. And the Stars able to get it out. Oh, Sagan had a wide open Dadonov for a breakaway. Didn't realize it. Shoveled it in. Dadonov wrapped around, and a backhander by Stankoven on the rebound sailed wide. Skinner made the initial save. It's golfed out of the zone by the Oilers, and Brown will bang it in deep. Heavy hit by Carrick as the Oilers try to rebound from that massive hit laid on Holloway by Craig Smith. A couple of Wisconsin guys coming together about a decade apart. Here's Evan Bouchard spinning against Jamie Benn in the high slot. Bouchard waiting, shooting, save made. Ottinger, rebound backhanded smartly out by Ryan Suter. Evan Bouchard up the right-hand side. Janmark had it pried loose by Wyatt Johnston, who tried to bust down the seam only to be cut off by Ekholm and Bouchard. He finishes his check on Bouchard, but Ekholm gathering steam up the center. He'll pound it in for Edmonton. 13 and a half to go in regulation. Draisaitl watches as McDavid makes a beautiful button hook move to the middle, but then coughed it up. Marchment tried to feed the middle of the zone. Dallas stays onside. Sam Steele forced out wide. Dellandrea shot, save Skinner. Dellandrea was wide open in the slot but couldn't bury it. And now it's deflected out of play over Scott Wedgwood on the Dallas bench. Wedgwood with victories over Edmonton in each of the last 2 seasons. 13:09 remaining in the third period. The Stars and Oilers trading chances, but Dallas getting a deflection in front of Stuart Skinner has taken a 2-1 lead on a goal by Mason Marchment. We'll continue with our third period live from Big D. This is Game 2 of the Western Conference Final. The Oilers Radio Network.
International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 955, is one of Alberta's largest and most diverse union locals in the province. Members work in everything from construction and maintenance to pipelines, renewables, healthcare, education, municipalities, and more. They are a big part of Alberta's past and will be a big part of Alberta's future. Apprenticeship, jobs, pension. That's IUOE Local 955. Visit joinustoday.ca to learn more, and let's go Oilers.
There's only one line of trucks that's outsold all others for 58 years. Only one with the available Power Boost hybrid engine on select models that delivers performance and efficiency. It's the truck that all others are measured by. You know the one. Tough this smart can only be called F-150. Right now, lease the 2024 F-150 STX with black appearance package at 2.49% APR for up to 24 months with $4,800 down. That's just $228 bi-weekly. Visit your Alberta Ford store or Ford.ca for details.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent, featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, resort-like amenities, and breathtaking views. Situated in the heart of Ice District, Sky is the address for socializing, dining, entertainment, and fun. A building like no other in a location like no other. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
We're back in our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Jack Michaels, Bob Stauffer with you. A 2-1 hockey game in favor of the Dallas Stars, with the shots 26-19 in Edmonton's favor. Off the face-off the neutral zone, Dallas right to left in the green, black, and white. Moving into the offensive zone, Oilers, white jerseys, blue pants, orange trim. Skinner watches as Ekholm battles coming out of the corner. McDavid, Ekholm, little one-touch, Draisaitl. McDavid and Hyman following that TV timeout, getting a little 5-on-5 action. Draisaitl glides back into his own zone. I wonder, Bob, whether Chris Knoblauch continues keeping them together for the remainder of the game. We'll see. Draisaitl has it pried loose by Pavelski. Edmonton does trail 2-1.
Gonna have to dump it in and go get it against these guys. Bouchard
gets it in deep. Heiskanen, left-hand side. Stars looking to nudge it out of the zone. And it's Smith up the right-hand side for Dadonov. Draisaitl hitting an open Dylan Holloway. He'll streak in from the right-hand side, showing no ill effects from that huge hit he took from Craig Smith on his last shift. Holloway out there with Nugent Hopkins and Evander Kane. A turnover, a lead pass. Dadonov shoots high into the glove of Stuart Skinner. He let that fly from the top of the left circle, and Skinner stopped him to keep it just a 2-1 hockey game. The stretch play from Marchment to Dadonov, who makes the save. Holloway actually took another big hit by Craig Smith, getting jackknifed over the...
Smith's doing everything to stay in the lineup for Dallas. They don't have Radek Faksa.
And he's sitting tonight for Dellandrea.
Rope Hintz.
Many people expected him back tonight. You'd certainly think he has a chance to play Game 3 Monday night in Edmonton.
See how Derek Ryan responds here. He got creamed on the boards before they scored the 2-1 goal.
Dellandrea and Steele were waved out of the circle. Now it's Marchment who won the draw. Here's a shot coming from Harley, and again, a glove save made by Skinner. I'm not sure that one was going to be on net. 11:50 to go in the third period. For whatever reason, the Oilers have lost both games in which they've been tied after 2 in this Stanley Cup playoffs. Want to remind everyone, your 50-50 jackpot now sitting at $1.5 million and climbing. And again, benefiting our friends at Make-A-Wish Canada and the YMCA of Northern Alberta, YMCA. Up the left-hand side, batted down, chipped ahead. Derek Ryan to the middle of the ice, looking for Janmark. Deflected away, Ryan defended up top. He'll send it down low. Janmark got steamrolled by Petrovic down low. Now the Oilers scored against this pairing back in the first period. Wrapped around, and I think that climbed up over top of the glass and into the mesh behind the Dallas net. And so the Oilers will have to settle for an ozone draw here with 11:25 to play in this third period. And indeed, it looks like we are going to see McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman the rest of the way as Nugent Hopkins continues to center Holloway and Kane. And that's the unit sent over the boards by Chris Knoblauch. Nugent Hopkins with 2 goals and 6 points in his last 3 games coming in. 17 points for the postseason. 4th most in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The 3 people ahead of him are all on his team.
Well, the Oilers' big guns have been boxed out a little here offensively.
But they've gotten supplemental scoring from Connor Brown, and they're right there, 2-1.
Don't want to waste it.
11:25 to go in the third. Kulak and CC the D pair. Jamie Benn wins the faceoff from Nugent Hopkins. Whipped up the left-hand board. Cece bobbled, lost control. Johnston tripped up by Nugent Hopkins. No penalty was called. Flipped in front. And Johnston, by that time, had been reeled in by Nugent Hopkins.
Edmonton maybe got away from a hook there, Jack.
Was stripped. Nugent Hopkins will dump it behind the Dallas defense. Christina, well, you felt they were letting him play early on, and it's continued. Here's the centering pass intended for Holloway out to Kulak, and he mishandled. He'll shoot it back in, but Edmonton has to tag back up. Stankoven brushes it over to Ryan Suter, and now it's served up to Robertson at center ice. Edmonton has turned Robertson into basically a non-factor. Turnover, Pavelski the steal, driving toward the net, but when he tried to drag to his backhand, it was pried off his stick. Robertson did well to hold the zone, but didn't do much with a puck. Nurse easily steals it from him. Robertson stole it right back. Duchesne tried to give it up, and he couldn't make a play, and this time it's cleared by Kulak past the outstretched Miro Heiskanen. That was an adventurous shift. Deflected in deep by the Dallas Stars, and Vinny Desharnais will set it up for Edmonton behind his own net as we approach 10 minutes to go in the third period. Desharnais, right side for Ryan McLeod. He's checked off the puck immediately. Up the right-hand side, a little bit out of the reach. McLeod out there with Fogle and Connor Brown. Here's an opening for Tyler Seguin. Give and go. Seguin to the middle of the ice. Couldn't get a shot away from Craig Smith. And it's Fogle driving up the left wing boards. He'll send it in deep. Ottinger gives it a look and sends it over for Chris Tanev. Lead pass left wing. Tyler Seguin in the vicinity. He's got it at center ice and will shoot it in. He's had 2 good scoring chances tonight to go along with his 2 game 1 goals that were not enough. Edmonton took game 1, 3-2 in double overtime. This man, Connor McDavid, won it. He'll dish to Hyman. Not much of a shot. It sails wide. McDavid just ran right over Esa Lindell, but recovering and clearing was Mason Marchment. And Delandria and Sam Steele will hem the Oilers in the offensive zone off the dump in. Sam Steele in the right corners. Finally found an NHL home. Forced back behind the net. Skinner gives it a look. The outlet pass bobbled by McDavid. He's able to recover. Got through Steele. Ekholm to Zach Hyman, and he'll funnel it down low. Leon Draisaitl back to the point. Bouchard will control. Challenged and stripped by Marchment. Might have a breakaway here. Marchment to the net. Wrister denied. He tried to go 5-hole on a partial break against Stuart Skinner. Sam Steele. Johnston let it go through. Marchment chipped it over to him, and then Johnston left the puck behind. Bouchard and Johnston grappling for puck possession. Johnston tried to center. Stolen by Draisaitl. Still out there with Connor McDavid. His lead pass for McDavid deflected away. Ottinger will leave it for Chris Tanev. McDavid bears down on him and forces Tanev into a panicky pass. Johnston got back in time to negate icing against Cody Ceci. Stars a heavy forecheck, but Nugent Hopkins will clear with ease. Holloway brings it in from the right-hand side. Tanev comes over with help from Suter, absorbs a check, and it's funneled out for Wyatt Johnston. Ceci is back defensively. Johnston with his team leading 2-1. Tried to leave it for Ben. It was turned over. Here comes Holloway and Kane, left to right, with 7:50 to play in the hockey game. The Oilers down a goal in game 2. The Stars make a change. Duchesne through the middle of the ice, down the right-hand side. Checked first by Nurse and then Desharnais. Following it up is Pavelski. Wide open is Thomas Harley. Left circle shot. Doesn't make it through. And Edmonton's Derek Ryan with a soft clear to center. And the Stars take over. Petrovic waits, delivers. One touch on to Joe Pavelski. Right circle wrist shot. Walker saves Stuart Skinner. 7:20 to play in this third period. The Oilers come the other way. Maybe a 3-on-2. Carrick had it stripped, however, and was cleared immediately by Esa Lindell. Now Duchesne got around Derek Ryan, not Cody Ceci. Comes over to close it off. It's Ryan. Giving way to Darnell Nurse, and a reset for Edmonton left to right. Nurse fires to Ryan off his stick. Ottinger out to handle this puck. Sends it into the corner for Heiskanen. Backhanded up the right-hand side for Dodonov. Craig Smith tries to chip and charge could not get around Leon Draisaitl, and the Oilers will reset here. Draisaitl picks up a loose puck at his own blue line, finds McDavid through the neutral zone. McDavid challenging Tanev, forced out wide. Button hooks, comes off the left half board, serves it up. Kulak a shot, waited too long, deflected out of play. 6:33 to go in the third period. This is the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Western Conference Final, the elite of the elite. 4 teams are left. The Rangers and Panthers are tied at a game apiece. Dallas is 6.5 away from doing the same to Edmonton. It's the Stars 2, the Oilers 1, 6.5 to go in regulation on the Oilers Radio Network.
Even though your 20s are behind you, you still get to have firsts. Like the first time your knee hurts after a morning run. Or the first time you felt certain muscles after a workout. Whatever your pain, Advil Liquid Gels are here for these firsts. Advil Liquid Gels provide liquid fast relief for everyday aches and pains. So you can get back to your everyday active life where firsts still happen. When pain says you can't, Advil says you can.
Experience the exciting casino action at 3 Century Casino locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and next to the Edmonton Airport. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, you can always enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options or try your luck at off-track betting. And now you can feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Century Casino has it all. Come for the action, stay for the fun.
Discover the epitome of elegance at Alberta Diamond Exchange, dedicated to crafting unforgettable moments with exquisite jewelry collections for over 2 decades. From stunning engagement rings to timeless wedding bands and anniversary treasures, the Alberta Diamond Exchange commitment extends far beyond I do. Your journey with Alberta Diamond Exchange is not just about jewelry, it's about an unparalleled experience. Check out the Aspen Glen Landing Boutique in Southwest Calgary, and for more information, head to avdiamond.ca today.
You're listening to Oilers Hockey on 630 CHED and on the Radio Player Canada app.
Another beauty, another Stanley Cup playoff game, another 1-goal margin. You wouldn't expect anything else. Draisaitl out between McDavid and Hyman. Ekholm and Bouchard, the regular 5 you'd expect after a TV timeout. Jack Michaels, Bob Stauffer with you. 6:30 CHED of the Oilers Radio Network, Radio Player Canada app. We'll be back for games 3 and 4 Monday and Wednesday night in Edmonton. A face-off win for Draisaitl. Ekholm centering pass, and that's snagged by Ottinger just ahead of Evan Bouchard's desperate lunge. 6:27 to play in the third period. The Oilers have just 1 shot in the period. They've been outshot 6-1 in this frame, 17-9 since outshooting Dallas 16-4 in a first period that ended with a score tied at 1. Dallas, the go-ahead third period goal, a tip in by Mason Marchment. Off the draw, wristed up the left-hand side. Bouchard centering pass deflected out of the zone. Draisaitl will regroup at center as we approach 6 minutes to play in this hockey game. Oilers looking to take a 2-0 lead back to Edmonton. Here's McDavid, a little give and go with Ekholm. Heiskanen and Robertson come over, and Dallas comes up with a puck. Lead pass, Joe Pavelski. From center ice, he'll shoot it in. Skinner plays it off the boards. It comes out into the slot. Bouchard battling with Pavelski. Ben thunders into Ekholm. Draisaitl finds Bouchard, and here come the Oilers left to right. It's Bouchard to Hyman. Beautiful spin move. Another spin move and a shot blocked from the right circle. Hyman's still out there. Lost the handle. Jamie Benn lobs it back through the middle. Stankoven will challenge Ekholm at the end of his shift. A wrist shot to save Skinner. Rebound Bouchard. Bouchard and Ekholm have been out there a while. The Oilers need a clear, and they get one as it hops through Dylan Holloway inside the Dallas line. 5:20 remaining in the third period. Tanev to Harley. Up the right-hand side, Stankoven. And was pried loose from behind by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Holloway sent it over to Cody Ceci. Oilers bust out left to right. Nugent-Hopkins to Holloway. Play is onside. The puck comes free in the high slot. Ceci set up the only goal of the game for Edmonton. Nugent-Hopkins now double teamed on the right half boards. Heiskanen comes up with it. Got buried in the corner by Holloway. Sam Steele nudges. Comes free in the slot. Suter backhands it safely out to the Oiler blue line. Rifled back by Ceci. It hit an official. Smacked out of midair and drilled in deep by Sam Steele. And the Oilers will reset. Both teams making line changes. McLeod scampering to his right from his own blue line. He whistles a pass to Fogle. Drops it over to Connor Brown, the man with the only goal. Tried to thread it through, and it was picked off. Greg Smith the other way for Dallas with 4.5 minutes left in regulation. Closing quickly is Fogle. That looked like too many men on the ice against Dallas, and they missed it. The Stars come in on the forecheck at live speed. It was very close. Fogle certainly thought Dallas had 6. Stars come away with the puck. Here's Smith giving it up. Wrist shot saves Stuart Skinner, and one he had to make, and he did against Tyler Seguin, who's had 3 tremendous looks, and Skinner has stoned him 3 times. 4:05 to play in the third period. We'll take one final break from the American Airlines Center, roaring its approval of a 2-1 Dallas lead, forged on a third period tip-in by Mason Marchment. That's the difference right now. This is Game 2 of the Western Conference Final. Down the stretch in Dallas with 4 dealers NHL Hockey, the Oilers Radio Network.
When you play the largest 50-50 in sports, everybody wins. Your support makes all of oil country a better place. A place of kindness, caring, and compassion. Uplifting those in need, changing lives forever. The largest 50-50 pot in professional sports is currently growing by the second. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com and help change lives today. Maybe even your own.
AGLC license number 645766.
McDavid trying to come in with speed. Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores!
Hey, Edmonton. Rogers wants you to stay connected to your Edmonton Oilers.
Connor McDavid! Fantastic!
Catch every goal on Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network with Rogers 5G mobile plans. To learn more, visit Rogers.com/5G. That's Rogers.com/5G.
Blue collar work deserves big dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit heavymetalequipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
4:05 remaining third period. Dallas 2, Edmonton 1. The Oilers, again, just one third period shot.
And they've had chances to put pucks to that Brown just off the last rush. He's trying to zip a pass inside, just get it to the goal. Use the goalie's pads as a pass off.
Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman out there with Ekholm and Bouchard off the draw. Dallas comes up with it. Snap shot on net. Stuart Skinner's held sway. He's got 22 stops tonight. And it's 2-1 as Draisaitl walks in over the line. Dallas has outshot Edmonton 9-1 in the third. Here's Bouchard. Drags, fires, and that was blocked. Heiskanen got in the way. McDavid to Draisaitl. Now Dallas hanging on here. McDavid skittering, circling, swooping right circle. Moves it over. Ekholm's open, shoots, and that was blocked. And Dallas is able to chip it off a stick, and that flies out of play. And the face-off will remain in the Dallas zone. The Oilers had the Stars right where they wanted them. 3:32 now remaining in the third period. And Chris Knobloch elects to keep those 5 out there, even though they've been on the ice.
2 chances for point shots to get through, and the Stars sold out and blocked them both.
It's already been a 49-second shift. They'll stay with Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman, hoping that elongated delay before this next puck drop helps them. Jamie Benn against Draisaitl. Off the face-off, squirts free. McDavid got it to Ekholm. Slap shot, glove save. Ottinger reaching to his left. That was hammered by Ekholm, who played his 100th Stanley Cup playoff game on Thursday and turned 34 years of age yesterday.
Didn't have any net front on that one.
Still, it's a good shot.
Got a lot on it.
What would our friend Danny Gallivan say? A cannonading blast.
Yes.
Here's Draisaitl lining up against Tyler Seguin. Sagan wins the faceoff. Esa Lindell ducks behind the net. Up the left wing boards, Jamie Benn rifles a pass on target over the line. Tyler Sagan, and now Edmonton defending at the end of the shift. But here's Draisaitl with a steal. He's got McDavid with him. He took it away from Sagan, got it to Ekholm down the slot, a shot, and he just missed. Rebound hopped off the boards. It's Hyman. He'll shovel it back behind for McDavid. Draisaitl from a sharp angle out to Ekholm. Threw it across to Bouchard. Now it's Draisaitl. Dallas defending. One-timer Bouchard save Ottinger. 2:53 to go in the third, and you'd have to think a line change is coming for Edmonton, and indeed it is.
Well, some good looks there, finally.
Well, they've rattled off the game's last 4 shots on net after we talked about 1 shot in 16 minutes. So a long shift for McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman. They get Kane out there with Holloway and Fogle.
Wow, that's an
no Nugent Hopkins.
Well, they're saving him for the empty net, are they, do you think, maybe?
I guess. Nurse and Ceci, 2:53 to play in the third. Kane will take the draw. You don't have a center iceman out there. Off the draw, here's Holloway's open. Fires, and it was blocked in the slot. And the Stars were able to chip and charge the other way. Duchesne trying to skate into it against Darnell Nurse, who rides him out of the play, and then he got belted from behind by Holloway. Holloway's played a physical game. He's absorbed and delivered. Here's Duchesne, backhands it in front. Skinner saw that one blocked. And the Stars will play keep away here back to center. Lindell hustles it to the red line. Did not manage to get it in deep. Pavelski works it free. Sam Steele will roll to the net. Checked by Holloway. And the puck poked free to Darnell Nurse with 2:15 to go. Here come the Oilers. Evander Kane driving down the left-hand side. Skinner to the bench. The net is empty. And Dallas recognizes it. Ben will give it up. Here's a shot by Lindell. Score! Lindell gambled and fired from 125 feet and buried it. 3-1. Empty netter, Dallas Stars. Esa Lindell, with 2:03 to go, has put the Stars up by a deuce.
It's almost like Edmonton didn't know that for a second there that they had the extra man on the ice. A little bit passive.
Esa Lindell with his second of the postseason. And that was a bullet into the middle of the net. Time 17:57. Now the weird thing is Edmonton can still come back and tie this game because there's still 2 minutes left. Off the draw, Johnston against Connor McDavid. He breaks free of that traffic, gives it up for Draisaitl, tried to cross Seamer, and that was picked off by Jamie Benn, and that keeps Skinner in the net. In from the right-hand side, Tyler Sagan. It'll bang it in deep against Matthias Ekholm. Up the left-hand side, it's Draisaitl. And now Zach Hyman gains the line left wing. Skinner will go to the bench. Extra man on. Here's a penalty coming against the Dallas Stars. Draisaitl's drawn a holding penalty, and now it's deflected away to Sagan, and the penalty will be called. Draisaitl drew it. Lindell from Ben and Johnston with an empty netter, but Dallas is not home free yet, and it's the captain Jamie Benn who gets the call.
Number 14. 2 minutes, hooking.
Yeah, it's hooking. It could have been holding. It basically was, I don't want Leon Draisaitl to do anything here. 90 seconds to go. Glenn Gulletson has the whiteboard out. Edmonton has not singled a timeout. Chris Knobloch is trying to delay as long as possible here. Jean Hebert is saying, hey guys, we don't do informal meetings. Although Dallas is doing one at its bench, there won't be an official timeout here. Referee finally kind of ushering him along like he's trying to get him out of his house at the end of a long cocktail party.
Got to win the draw, Jack.
So the Oilers' second power play arrives here, and it's 6-on-4. So in a 6-on-4, you've got Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman, Kane, Nugent Hopkins, and Bouchard. A face-off to Ottinger's right-hand side. A face-off win for Sagan. Dallas escapes, whistles it up the left-hand side, and of course, because there's no icing with the power play, Edmonton has to go the full 200 to pick it up. We're down to 1:15 left in the hockey game. Dallas 3, Edmonton 1. McDavid skitters over the line. Button hooks to the half wall. Out to Bouchard. McDavid left circle. Side of the net. Reaching for it. Nugent-Hopkins to keep it alive. Hyman jamming at the side of the net, and it's frozen with 1:03 remaining in the third period. And Dallas is just trying to chip away at this clock right now, eating up 10 and 15-second segments. Does Edmonton ponder a timeout here?
You got to win the face-off if you're Edmonton.
Well, they didn't last time, and it cost them 20 seconds.
Yep. Pavelski, an old warhorse in the circle, 39 years of age for Dallas.
And he wins another one against Draisaitl. Snapped around the boards. Oh, what a great keep by McDavid. Through Wyatt Johnston, a shot! And that was deflected into the mesh. What an absolutely remarkable zone keep by Connor McDavid. He twisted his body at the last moment and let that, I think, hit him square between the 9 and the 7. Draisaitl will line up for the draw. Hyman and Kane in the slot. McDavid top of the right circle. Bouchard top of the left. And a face-off this time, slipping through the slot. Draisaitl won the draw, and I think Johnston has drawn a hooking penalty, and that might be all. It's a slash whistled against Evander Kane. 48 seconds to go in the third period, and Bob, with that face-off coming back in the Edmonton zone, realistically, that probably puts this game to rest.
Yeah. Well, Dallas got the bounce.
Edmonton had its chances.
They had lots of chances. 16-4 shots in the first period. They didn't get a shot on their... The only full power play of this game, they didn't get a shot on goal. They didn't register a shot.
Well, on one shot in 16 minutes to start the third, Bob.
Yeah.
And while it was an even game entering the third, they were behind for the latter 12 and a half minutes of that sequence. Tyler Seguin out to take the draw against Leon Draisaitl. 48 seconds to go. Edmonton obviously looking for a swift counterattack with McDavid and Nugent-Hopkins out there. Draisaitl does win the faceoff. Skinner will go to the bench, and here's Connor McDavid looking to make a game of it against Tanev. He hacked the puck free. McDavid centering pass broken up, loose. Tanev trying for a clear, can't get it done. Kept alive by Nugent-Hopkins. Tanev had the stick slashed out of his hands. It broke. Here's McDavid to Bouchard, right circle, waiting, loading up, tried to center, that one off a skate. Final 20 seconds. It exits the zone, and Dallas is going to win game 2, and even this best of 7 Western Conference final at a game apiece. That was Edmonton's last hope, and it dies. Draisaitl got it on deep. It was cleared through Draisaitl. The final seconds tick off, and Dallas has won game 2, 3-1. Tied up. The Eastern Conference and the Western Conference final. Squared at a game apiece, but Edmonton has done what it wanted, and that's to get a split on the road. The only agonizing situation about that, Bob, is many in the Edmonton dressing room will feel like they had their chance to really gain a hammerlock in this series.
I think it's got to be stated the Stars got a great goaltending performance tonight from Jake Ottinger when it mattered. In the first period, as the Oilers, they appeared to be the faster team that had more jump. But what Edmonton didn't do, Jack, and what they're going to lament is they did not put enough pucks on the net. It's that simple. They didn't put enough pucks in traffic to the goal, and they didn't make Jake Ottinger work hard enough. And then once they fell behind, they got trapped into the Dallas game, and the Oilers were disjointed in their forecheck. They couldn't sustain anything. They have to go to the whip with McDavid and Draisaitl playing on the same line with Zach Hyman. And I think you lose a game, it gives you an opportune time to insert Adam Henrique, who's going to play 15 minutes for you. He's not coming in now. He might start only playing 12 in his first game, but he's certainly going to give you some, might help you out a little bit in the face-off circle. I don't know who he's going to come in for, but the margins are tight. And think of how they scored what turned out to be the game-winning goal. They won a puck battle along the wall. Derek Ryan had 2 chances, got creamed the first time, and then buried the second time, and then a long-range shot from the point by
by Suter, and Marchment was not boxed out enough by the Oilers Vincent Desharnais, and they got a bit of a lucky deflection winning the net. This was a well-played game for both teams. Edmonton had their chances in the first, and they didn't capitalize, and you worry when you outshoot a team 16-4 and you only get the one goal, you're 1-1 after one, you worry that you haven't made enough of it, and they didn't make enough of it.
For the first time in the Stanley Cup playoffs, Leon Draisaitl held off the score sheet. His point streak will end at 13 games. Neither McDavid nor Draisaitl got a point. I believe for McDavid now, that's 4 of the last 6 games. He hasn't shown up on the score sheet.
And he was going. He was moving his feet. But you sit there and watch the chances that Edmonton had. By the way, Janmark's the guy that's trying to wrap pucks and force Ottinger to move and those sort of things.
Which isn't a bad thing. You got to test him somehow. Bob, for me, if Adam Henrique comes in with Connor Brown just having scored a goal.
I don't see him coming out.
I don't see him coming out, so maybe Sam Carrick.
That's got to be who it is.
And I wonder whether Derek Ryan returns to maybe fourth line center. Maybe.
That's a fair...
Because I'm not sure they want to play Adam Henrique at center.
So they move Fogle over to the right side and then have Henrique play third line left wing. That's probably a pretty good bet.
That's my guess.
Bottom line here is we're tied 1-1, just like the other series.
What do you think of this series so far, Bob? You've now seen 7 periods.
Yeah, you know what? The Oilers are in fine position tied at 1 after 1. They're going to be kicking themselves. They had a chance to go up 2-0. One thing we've learned with the Oilers over the years, they haven't always dealt with prosperity well. They were still good defensively in this game. There's not going to be a lot of nights where they get limited to 1 goal and their big guns don't break through. It's going to be a different experience. The ice is going to be better at Rogers Place. It's going to be faster. I think that helps Edmonton out. Now, the wild card for Dallas is, do they get Rope by Hintz back? Because he changes the complexion of their speed down the middle. They rinsed him hard today at the end of the practice.
I think he might help Jason Robertson a little bit get on track.
I think Chris Knobloch's got a look of avoiding the Draisaitl-Holloway-Kane matchup against Robertson, Ben, and Stankoven. To me, that's the line that won the game today for Dallas. They got the Stars out in front, 1-0, and missed opportunity again. Could not stand what we saw. The Oilers have had 1 full power play in this series, or in each game, and didn't even get 16 shots on goal in the first period, Jack. They didn't get a shot on goal. So missed opportunity.
Jake Ottinger, 5-1 on the road this year, 9.56 save percentage in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
So you're going to have to get traffic on him. You're going to have to force him. And Skinner gave him a good enough start to win.
22 saves.
He gave him a good enough. The A-grade scoring opportunities in this game are pretty even.
I thought he gave him a chance even in the third period when Dallas got some good chances to maybe pull ahead earlier.
Yeah, the Oilers and to the credit of those Stars, they were diving on a grenade for each other. They were blocking shots left and right. The Oilers, Bouchard didn't get anything through. There were a couple, Nugent Hopkins has the puck in the second period at the top of the face-off circle. He touches a pass down low, and Hyman skates, sort of pivots back into a goalie. Just put the puck on the net with the Hyman screen and see what happens. See if you can get some loose change there. Connor Brown, who scored in this game in the third period, tried to feather a little interior pass. Sam Carrick in the second period off the right side tried to pass it. Janmark just put it on the net, low to his pads. You can't control a rebound if you're driving the net there. They didn't do enough of that.
Final thought. Pete DeBoer said in the aftermath of Game 1 that Edmonton looked like a club with a Game 7 mentality and that his club looked like a team coming off 6 days off. Did you see the desperation return to the Dallas Stars?
And I saw Edmonton start poorly, not manage puck well in the first 6 minutes, but the response goal from Connor Brown, they were a different team after that happened, managed the puck a lot better. So I think that, you know what, this series probably should be tied 1-1. Saying that, Edmonton missed a glorious opportunity to be up by 2 after 2.
Well, the Oilers will have a chance to build on what has been gained this week, and that is home ice advantage. Edmonton has 3 of the final 5 games of this series potentially at home, starting with games 3 and 4, Monday and Wednesday night, both game times 7:30 Mountain Time. Both will be heard right here on the Oilers Radio Network, 6:30 CHED, our flagship home in Edmonton. and, of course, the Radio Player Canada app. We encourage you to join us on Monday night at 7:30 when the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars meet in Game 3 of this Western Conference Final. Jake Ottinger, the win tonight. He stops 28 of 29 shots. Stuart Skinner will be charged with a loss. He turned aside 22 of 24. Jamie Benn opened the scoring and had an assist on the empty netter from Lindell that sealed it. Mason Marchment, the game-winning goal for Dallas on a tip-in early in the third period. That offset an earlier goal, and as it turned out, the only one for Edmonton, registered by Connor Brown, his first of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll talk to you Monday night, Game 3, Stars-Oils, 7:30, right here on the Oilers Radio Network. Until then, for Bob Stauffer, Reed Wilkins, and Rob Brown, this is Jack Michaels saying good night from the American Airlines Center. Dallas has evened the series at a game apiece with a 3-1 victory over Edmonton. Ladies and gentlemen, the pleasure was all ours. The Rogers postgame show starts right now.
Exclusive live interviews, expert analysis, and game highlights. This is the Rogers postgame show. Once again, here's Bob Stauffer on the Oilers Radio Network.
She'll shovel it back to Ceci. He'll gain the line. Connor Brown, redirected by Ceci. Rebound. Brown scores! And Edmonton comes right back to tie the game at 1. Connor Brown, who scored 4 times all season long, gets his first of the playoffs.
There you go. That's the Century Casino Highlight Zone. All in, all games, all season. Century Casino, 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, next to the Edmonton International Airport at Century Mile. Welcome to the Winter Zone. Unfortunately for Edmonton, yes, Connor Brown tied it at just 4:23 of the first. It's the only goal the Oilers got in this game. Marchment in the third, 3 minutes, 41 seconds into the third period. Empty netter from Essa Lindell, and the Stars win 3-1. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
I'm Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And I'm Zach Hyman. And when we're not making juicy, sweet passes, or having my goals disallowed, we're working for Legacy Heating and Cooling. You know, guys used to call me a plumber. And now they call you an AC repairman. Nice.
Hey, guys, you're not here to fix air conditioners. You're here to sing the jingle.
Oh.
Well.
Okay. Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
No payments and no interest for 1 year from qualified installers. Legacy Heating and Cooling.
You're tuned in to the Rogers postgame show on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 630 CHED, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
In over the line, Waits tries to backhand it down low, gets Wyatt Johnston in front, drag move. What a save, Skinner! He stopped it on off stone cold.
There you go. That's the save of the game, brought to you by Access Insurance. Alberta oil field and construction contractors can count on huge saves when they need it the most. Visit accessInsuranceGroup.com. Let's bring aboard our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown. Rob, your assessment of tonight's game.
Fast. Oh, my goodness gracious. That is a quick speed game. Both teams, it's just action. It's both teams feasting on any sort of breakdown or any sort of mistake. I know the Vancouver Oilers series was fun to watch, but it looked plodding at times to what we're seeing tonight between Dallas and Edmonton. I thought the Oilers had a chance in the first period to take a lead going forward. Ottinger was fantastic. I thought Skinner in the second period kept the Oilers into it, and then I know that you and Jack talked about it at the end of the first period, or at the end of the second period. What an opportunity the Oilers had. You win a period and you have a 2-0 lead in the series. And what you saw was a very, very desperate Dallas Stars team in the third period that just would not let anything get through and got a very important win. But I thought both teams played well enough to win. And in a game like this, it's just one mistake that a team makes, and it was the one where Derek Ryan didn't get the puck out, and all of a sudden it's quickly. Again, we talk about the speed and how quick things happen. I mean, Suter, the puck goes back to Suter. It's on and off his stick. So it was a small mistake, but one nonetheless, and it cost the Oilers a goal in the game. But I think the Oilers played well. Yeah. And I think this is two good teams going at it. And I mean, I don't know if there's 5 more of these games, 2 more, whatever we have left. This has been incredible hockey by both teams.
Yeah, no question, a significant step up. Adam Henrique in for sure next game. He's, Chris Oblak said 98%. Who do you put him in for?
That's a tough one. My guess, Carrick. I just think that then you can switch Ryan back down to your fourth line center. I know they like his face-offs and his penalty killing. To me, it would be... because Connor Brown scored. You take the guy out that scored and a good penalty killer. No. So my guess it's either
Carrick doesn't. It's obvious. Carrick doesn't kill penalties. The other guys do. Henrique can play left wing with McLeod and Fogle. That line isn't giving them enough, anyways. They need more out of that line.
They do. Well, let's look at the entire playoff. The fourth line has been the better of the 2 bottom 6 lines. And I don't think it's been close most nights. The fourth line has been very good, and that's with a variety of different players. Yes, they need more out of Fogle and McLeod, and one thing that could give you more is a veteran presence with some offensive flair in Adam Henrique. I do believe if he's healthy, he will be in the lineup for Game 3, and I imagine Rupi Hintz will be in the lineup for Dallas. And well, the series is just getting started now, Bob, and the entertainment value is through the roof.
Great stuff. Thanks, Rob.
Sounds good, Bob.
Smart Play of the Night brought to you by Catelli Smart Pasta with all natural ingredients. It's a smart move for your next meal. Look for the box the next time you shop. And, Cody Ceci was a strong 2-way performance in tonight's game and jumped up, activated, and was involved in the Oilers' lone goal. But Edmonton ran into a team with great determination, passion, and desperation. And Dallas, it's a 1-goal even strength game. And Dallas got that goal in the third period. This is Rogers' postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Live sky high with remarkable units for rent and for sale at Sky Signature Suites. Currently offering amazing incentives on 1- and 2-bedroom rentals featuring designer finishes, resort-like amenities, and breathtaking views. All of this and more within the heart of Ice District, Edmonton's best address for shopping, dining, entertainment, and fun. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
Chemco is building industry across Canada, and now they're on the lookout for civil and electrical project managers, estimators, and superintendents to join their dedicated team. Why Chemco? Because Chemco cares. They put people first, offering top-tier compensation packages and an unwavering commitment to safety. At Chemco, safety isn't just a priority, it's everybody's business. Ready to be part of a team that truly values you? Visit chemco.com/careers today.
Hockey fans, with a spotless reputation, Scandinavian Building Services is responsible for keeping over 70 million square feet of space clean and safe every day. With over 65 years in the industry, no cleaning challenge is too big or too small. From national retailers and commercial spaces to small offices and entertainment centers like Rogers Place, let Scandinavian take the worry off your cleaning program. Visit Scandinavian.ca to learn more. Scandinavian Building Services. Our reputation is spotless.
This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Let's go to the Pizza 73 out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. London winning today over Drummondville at the Memorial Cup this after Moose Jaw yesterday were beaten 5-3 by host Saginaw. What else we got going on? The New York Rangers winning 2-1 in overtime yesterday. They've tied their series with Florida at 1-1. Game 3 goes tomorrow afternoon in Sunrise. Here at American Airlines Center, Dallas Stars sold out, blocked everything in sight in the third period down the stretch as the Oilers tried to get the equalizer, eventually got an empty net, and Edmonton loses 3-1. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 955, is one of Alberta's largest and most diverse union locals in the province. Members work in everything from construction and maintenance to pipelines, renewables, healthcare, education, municipalities, and more. They are a big part of Alberta's past and will be a big part of Alberta's future. Apprenticeship, jobs, pension. That's IUOE Local 955. Visit joinustoday.ca to learn more, and let's go Oilers.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways, and